No, 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 no. Today, I hope... Audio sounds very tin can-like. That bad, huh? Okay.
New microphone, who dis?
Alright, how's that? Sound any better? Hello? Hell you? Better? Okay. Well, welcome on in, everybody. I thought today we'd do something Gextra special.
Hello, hope you have fun. Also, I just got some cash, so...
Heck, thank you, Blood Otter! Thank you for them bits. Oh, blim. Plush. By the way, Plush Dimension, thank y'all so much for resubs. And Blood Hunter, thank you for the 5 gift subs, holy heck! I extra appreciate you. Oh my gosh. Peachy, Arcrat, Rusty Enzo, Borbo, and Jesse, welcome on into the Court of Hearts, your majesties. And Blood Hunter, thank you so much for those gift subs, holy heck! We are doing a stream today because we made 150 subs this month, and then some. So, yes, it is story time. A story is also known as a tale. So one might say that tonight it is, in fact, tale time. Coalfire, holy heck, thank you for that extended sub through October, goodness gracious. And oh gosh! Coalfire, heckin' thank you for that gift sub! Heck! y'all are great. Oh, thank you, Hex. Y'all are too nice. It's been an absolute experience streaming for y'all. It's been very exciting, and I'm just getting exhausted from these puns. Blim, blim, blim. Hello, kitty. Hello. Blim. The point redemptions look different right now. I don't know why. Blim. So heckin', can we gift VIP redemptions to other people? Oh my gosh, Ty! Thank you so much for that sub, and welcome back for another month in the Court of Hearts, your majesty. I'll have to think about it, Pidge. We do need something to do with all those points, right? Hello, wait, what? Gex, what? So what I have here is very exciting. I have a copy of the Gex novel, published by a publishing house called Troll, which I don't think was on purpose, and written by Michael Teitelbaum. I'm gonna pronounce it that way, and we're just gonna have to live with that. So hello everyone, it's so good to see you. Exciting. First Examiner's making a speedy Gegxit from the stream. Goodness. Alright, I guess I'll go ahead and switch over to my reading window. So, normally for these reading streams, I go ahead and try to put the text that I'm reading on the screen, so that y'all can read along with me if you want. But unfortunately, I could not find a PDF of this. I could not find any text of it. I could only get this in physical. So, you know, instead, I've got this screen right here where I'm just gonna let this Gex long play from Long Play Archive go ahead and play in the background while we read. I thought that would be most fun. Said fun stream, so now I'm awake. Moogle, don't stay up too late, okay? Hello all. Can't believe Lucky Pun doesn't love us enough to manually scan every page of the Gex novelization and stitch them together into a PDF. I thought about it. I mean, it's only 80 pages, so consider that. It's already late for me. Oh. It's on the Internet Archive really far only, sadly. Yeah, I think it's going to take me longer than an hour to go through this. But that's okay. That's alright. But it's great to see you, guys and gals, gentlemen, and ladies. Ladies and gentlethems. But yeah, I thought I would read through, is Gex 316 a Bible verse? Yes. Probably. Ooh, Coldfire. Goodness. So Gex, of course, is the best known property of Crystal Dynamics, which, since Gex's publication has been purchased by IDOS, and of course then acquired by Square Enix, making Gex a Square Enix character now. So I hope, you are all looking forward to getting a Gex world in the next Kingdom Hearts, when Sora visits the media dimension, and Rez gets taken over by a Heartless. I'm sure this is gonna happen. It just makes sense. Right? So, for those of you who are not familiar with Gex, Gex is a gecko. The book actually summarizes the first two games in basically their entirety, and also is the story of the third game. So if you don't know anything about Gex, then you don't have to. We'll go ahead and go through that. So you know. Aaron, I just don't know. Just don't know. What's the point of this? Why does this exist? I don't know. Don't know. Boy, I do not know. I mean, every video game technically in Kingdom Hearts since Wreck-It Ralph is in the latest one. I guess technically, yeah. But yeah, I find Gex fascinating because it was a fairly middling platformer game in the 90s with a sense of humor where it seems like it was written by people who really thought that like Ace Ventura and like The Spy Who Shagged Me are like the height of absolute comedy. Like, it's not going to get any better than this, right? Yes. Yeah, Austin Powers. Like, so I'm sure it's going to hold up because they were absolutely correct. Hi, sweet boy. Yes, it's tale time. Although Tale time, it's story time. Hi, Ariane. Borf. Shagadelic, baby. Yeah. This is what people really think geckos do when nobody's looking. If there's no racist jokes in all 80 pages, I'll be astounded. I think, if I haven't read through this yet, this is my first time, but if I remember the games, there's some really dumb handling of Chinese stereotypes in some, like, kung fu movie levels. I don't remember them being that egregious, but I guess we'll see. Watching the stream laying on the couch under a blanket while holding a pony plushie, a bat plushie, and a fox plushie. Oh! This sounds great. Fun hasn't read this yet? Not all the way through, no. So, you know. This was published in 1999, so, you know, hopefully it's nice and woke. I'm sure Gex is plenty woke. Hey Jellyfish, how's it going? Alright, but let me get started on chapter 1 here. Okay. Chapter 1. We go back a long way, Rez and I. Oh, by the way, I'm Gex, short for Gecko Extraordinaire. That's how he got his name. It's, okay. This is good. This is great. This is gonna be really good. I like a story that starts out with, oh, by the way. Like, it's just good writing. Hoi! Hey Dogstrong, how you doing? No one likes Gex the character. Gex? I ship Gex and Bubsy, is the thing. They're boys and they're in love. By the way, I'm Gex. You've probably heard of me. Anyway, I've been fighting Rez for a long time. I think this assumes that you know what the fuck Rez is, right? You're probably wondering how I got here. Gex is voiced by Dana Gold in all 3 of the US releases. Oh. Huh. That's neat. The PS2 game? No. Hi, Caleb! But then I heard my friends call me and I had to go away. Gex's name was changed to Reno? What? Huh? Interesting. Oh, dog, I've been watching that too. I'm like halfway through. It's pretty good. I don't know anything about Ruby. I never watched it. It looked like anime. Hey, Abersax! Yes, she did, Anothica. I don't know. I just don't know. So far, I've been watching the video, and it doesn't seem to have any more or less problems than any other anime I've watched, so I don't know. I say that somewhat facetiously. I got to applaud the very bold choice of writing the Gex novel in first person. Like, they're like, oh, we want to tell Gex's story, but we need to do it from the perspective of Gex, right? Like, it's a bold decision. I don't know how to feel about it. Is it in Comic Sans? No, I think it's in just 12 point Times New Roman. Yep. You know. Only Gex knows Gex, so only Gex could tell his tale.
We
Oh
get
my
to
gosh.
learn how Gex really feels.
Chrysan! 4 whole months? Thank you so much for the resub, Your Majesty. Gex is an unreliable narrator. You know, might be. I need to read the back of this book first, I just realized. I realized I need to sell y'all on this. So I need to read the back of the book first. It's tail time, proclaims the back of the novel. He's hip, green, and a master of disguise. Is he a master of disguise because he, like, changes costumes every time he goes into a new level in, like, X2 and 3? Is that what that's for? I don't know. I've no indication of that. Fuck it. Meet Gex as he leaps out of the video-game screen. This was written by people who knew what they were talking about. And into the pages of his very own book. In this exciting story, Gex, all caps, journeys to the media dimension to battle his archenemy, Rez. Hey, Gillian, how's it going? He's finally back to say it's tail time. Only the best movies are referenced. I think this came out before Master of Disguise did, okay? So, Robert Gex journal analysis. It's perfect. So grab your remote and let the adventure begin. So there's a typo on the back of the novel, which is a great sign. This is perfect. Play the N64 Gex. Slightly confused which platform this video was taken from. Oh, this is Enter the Gecko.
He's a master of disguise. No one would know he's been the Gecko all along.
From PlayStation 1. Courtesy of Long Play Archive on YouTube. Yeah, it's similar to Gex 64 because they are the same game. They just had to be made differently, so there are differences between them. No, I just really wanted to emphasize that and. They didn't want to bold it or like all caps it, like Gex. Why is Gex's name in all caps, but Rez is not? They're like, no, Rez is a proper noun, but Gex! That's what the kids are into. Anyway. Long story short, the N64 version is inferior in a billion ways. Didn't the N64 have an extra level in it, though? I think the Titanic stages are unique to the 64 one, but I'm not 100% on that. So fuck that guy. Oh yeah, fair, okay. It's also missing the intro, let alone a million other things. Fair. We go back a long way, Rez and I. Oh, by the way, I'm Gex, short for Gecko Extraordinaire. Anyway, I've been fighting Rez for a long time. Parenthetically, since way before I saw the report on the TV news telling me that Rez had kidnapped my beautiful partner, Agent Extra, XTRA, and pulled her back into the media dimension, end parentheses. I'm going to have to go back there to rescue her. But I get ahead of myself. Gex exists, xylophone. This is the same game. Honestly, this is pretty good. Now I'm confused as to what the prior 2D Gex games were from. So the first Gex game is 2D. Enter the Gecko is the second game. That's this one. This is the footage right here. And then Gex 3 is called Undercover Gecko. And I think those are the only 3 Gex games. Gex 64 is just a port of Enter the Gecko. Gex 1 was a 3DO game. I believe that's correct. His girlfriend is Extra. You put an extra E in the name there. Yeah, I think you spelled it wrong. It's pronounced extra. Huh. Enter the Gecko, I'd rather not. This will be my third trip into the media dimension. I just barely survived the first 2 tours, and now I've got to go back in. It's gonna be deja ouch all over again. That's a direct quote from the intro to Enter the Gecko. He made that same joke in the intro to the game number 2. Good thing I've got my James Bond super spy tux, because believe me, in the media dimension, I get both shaken and stirred. Like, okay, first 2 tours like you went to Afghan. You know. But again, I get ahead of myself. I guess the best thing would be for me to start at the beginning. No kidding, Gex. Like, fucking false start his stupid ass story 3 times already. But okay. A long time ago, in a dimension far, far away. Luke, I am your gecko. Oops, wrong story. Take 2. That's a reference to, you know, Star Trek. It's a Star Trek reference. It's funny because it's referencing a thing that you know. A reference 20 years dated by the time this came out. It all began a few years back. I was living the good life in Hawaii, like any self-respecting gecko.
Me. I thought this was going to reference good movie.
What did you expect him to say? I don't like sand, it's coarse and rough. It gets everywhere. You know what? It's so unfair that Bubsy never got a fucking novel, right? That would be pawsome. What could possibly go wrong? It all began a few years back. I was living the good life in Hawaii, like any self-respecting gecko. My mom took care of my brothers and sisters and me. That should be my brothers and sisters and I. Gex. What, did you never graduate high school, you fucking buffoon? My dad was doing research for NASA. You might say he was a regular space lizard, blasting off in rockets to test the effects of living in space. Awesome possum. Arrow the Acrobat. Where's my Blasto light novel, right? Hey, Theo.
I don't like sand. It's rough and coarse and hurts my little gecko feet.
I think me was right there. Should be brothers and sisters and I, right? I thought, I could be wrong. Okay. Yes, the object of the sentence to me is correct. Alright. Well, I mean, Gex knows more about English than I do. As for me, my days were filled with beach parties with my friends, surfing the big waves and playing the ukulele. Not a bad gig, huh? I was living the carefree life, happy as a gecko could be. And that's when it happened. My dad, along with 10 other brave souls, had volunteered for an important NASA test mission to see if it was possible to eat tapioca pudding in the zero gravity of space. I'll never forget the day Mom got the phone call from NASA. The rocket containing Dad and the other volunteers had exploded on the launch pad. There were no survivors. Just gallons of burnt tapioca. It's a bit of a tonal shift change there, isn't it? It's a bit much. I believe this backstory is taken from the instruction manual for Gex 1, so like, I mean, it's true to the Gex lore, but, I mean, rip Gex's dad, right? Okay, spoilers! He didn't actually die there, but we'll keep going. Tapioca is very serious. Somebody asked me why it was tapioca, and I'm just like, tapioca's a funny word. That's why. You know, like, tapioca's a funny word.
I think Gex deserves a Minnesotan accent.
Oh, for sure, eh? I mean, come on. He's from Minnesota. My family was shattered, and I've been the same ever since. I closed down, bottling up my grief. I took comfort in the only thing that had always provided me with relief, TV. Wow, that's the worst I've ever done. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. I've only been here for 2 minutes, and this is one of the funniest things I've ever heard. Oh, Moxley, it's great to have you here. It's nice to meet you. Heckin'. On Tuesdays we usually play bad games, but every once in a while, like for sub goals.
So shy, dear God, buff poop what it needs the spray bottle, buff poop spray, buff poop nerd.
Thank you. But for sub goals, I'll usually do reading things. So today we're reading the Gex novel.
Give Gex your worst yeehaw accent.
Boy howdy. In my time of need, all my friends were there. Breakfast with the Ninja Turtles, lunch, and a song with the Partridge Family. A quick bionic pick-me-up from the $6 Million Man. And dinner with Indiana Jones. My old pals were always ready to take my mind off my troubles. And my troubles off my mind.
Also, I'd like to point out that NASA scientists called the geckos. This means they contacted the reptilians.
Wow, you're not wrong, I guess. This guy's like 60 now. This is written in 99.
Bunchia smug.
Kentucky? I don't know what a Kentucky accent sounds like. By the way, Rango is a fucking masterpiece. That movie's so good. Criminally underrated. Okay. Figure out where to put my book so I can read it without my face getting all weird. Alright. But my mom began to worry. Mothers are good at that kind of thing. Gex is woke. And she started doing all kinds of weird stuff. First, she packed up the family and moved us from Hawaii to California. Mom called it a new beginning. Whatever. I could watch TV just as comfortably from a couch in Encino as from a club chair in Maui. The same old, the same old. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway. I didn't know the novel would be so interactive. Oh, you mean the footage? Yeah. I just decided to put this on the background, you know? Is this a novel or an autobiography? It's both. It's both. But then she really did it. I came down one morning, ready to click on the tube and have breakfast with Bugs and Daffy, when I noticed that something was missing from the living room, not to mention my life. The TV! Mom had given the set away. Go catch some flies, walk up some walls, anything a normal gecko does, she said. Just stop watching TV all the time. I was outraged. The one thing that had given my life meaning was gone. Heartlessly torn from my home. And to think my own mother was responsible. Fuck you, gang. What a heartless monster. Oh my god. This is like, what's the movie with Chauncey Gardner when like he loses the TV set and gets kicked out of his house? Is it called Being There? That movie's great, by the way. Oh my god. That's what this is like. Chance the Gardener? No, Chauncey Gardner. Yeah, it's Being There. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Oh yeah, Chance the Gardener. Yeah, that's it. The movie's great. It's really good. Recommend. I can't believe Gex is a relatable character. Okay. I stormed out the front door, vowing that I would never set foot inside that TV-less house ever again. Mom chased after me, begging me to stay, but it was too late. My mind was made up. I was out of there. That's all, folks. I added that last one because I felt like we'd gone too long without a pop culture reference. The next few months were a blur.
No TV, no sun.
Blum. Are we supposed to be sympathetic to Gex? I think we're supposed to be!
Should I be subbed for this long?
Yes, sir. Heck, 8 whole months? Goodness gracious. Welcome back to the Court of Hearts, Your Majesty. Thank you so much for your support. Oh, we're like a bridge too short. I started hanging around with some local punks. We'd skateboard to the mall, then hang out in the comic book shop until the manager of the joint kicked us out. I blasted music through my headphones and tuned out the world in a whole new way. I hated this place. I hated myself. I missed my TV. During this time, I slept in my friend's garage and picked up some pocket money doing odd jobs around the neighborhood. My life had become one long, aimless haze, and it seemed it would be that way forever. But once again, fate stepped in and shook up my world. Mom tracked me down with some amazing news. It seems that my Uncle Charlie had died and left us a lot of money. I mean...
Like 2 minutes ago his dad went missing. Now we're crying over a TV.
Yes. I mean, a lot of money. Overnight, we were rich! The end. That's the end. That's the whole book. What did you expect? No, I mean, it's not the end. Okay. No, okay.
Are you playing a video game and reading Shiapok? Wow, that's amazing. Fine peak.
The whole book is like 5 pages. I believe it. It's... Okay. The members of my family all reacted differently to suddenly having tons of money. My mom bought NASA! Can you do that? I don't think you can do that. I think that's a public industry. But okay, I mean, you know, the US government was like, yeah, we need the money, it's fine. Okay. It's like buying the EPA. Like, what the fuck? You think the government wouldn't privatize that in 5 seconds? Maybe. Probably, you know. Gex's mom privatizes the space industry? What a... Okay, now I see why he hates her. Like, I'm with her there. Oh, heck. Oh god, it's Bunsman.
Bunsman approves of Gex novelizations.
When is Bunsman getting a novel? What did you do? Okay, my mom bought NASA. Fired everyone to get revenge for my dad's death? Okay. Then turned Mission Control into a theme restaurant. My brothers and sisters pooled their money and bought Australia. So that's... Okay. So Gex's family owns both Australia and NASA. This is alright. This is fine. The US had no need for an agency focused on sending geckos into space to eat tapioca. Fair. I mean, alright, you know. Oh my god.
When are you gonna write that novel?
I'll get right to it. I got some time this weekend because I'm taking Friday off. So maybe this weekend I'll bang out 60 pages.
The Attack of Bunsmen is what the book should be called. Lucky 20 buns, lucky 20 lurk.
You got it. The Gex's mom buying NASA thing is in Gex. Yeah, I think it's in the instruction manual for the first game. So this is just all true to the canon so far. This is good. As for me, well, I moved back to my beloved Hawaii and bought the biggest house on Maui. Kind of a step down, isn't it? From, like, buying Australia and NASA, and Gex is like, I'm just gonna buy a big house in Maui.
I mean, as far as revenge goes, simply firing someone is tame if you think they let your husband die.
That's fair, although, like, it's kind of a risk you assume when you be an astronaut, so I don't know if it's anyone's fault the rocket blew up. I don't know. Only the game Bond's the biggest project of his life. Oh my gosh. Then I filled it with the world's largest TV set and enough food to last me for decades. I was fully prepared to spend the rest of my life doing exactly what I liked best. Watching TV. What are you telling me that Gex is Elon Musk? Basically, his mom owns SpaceX. Yeah, so it's a secret plot to kill Gex's dad. I wouldn't be surprised, actually. But that fickle finger of fate pointed me in another direction once again. I was home one day, flipping through the... You were home all the time, Gex. You filled the house with enough food to last for decades so that you'd never have to leave, and you could watch TV all day. What do you mean you were home one day? You were home every day. You piece of shit. Okay. Flipping through the channels with my remote and munching a big bowl full of flies like a gecko does. That's fine. Fridge is filled with frozen flies. Aww. Oh, a gecko's favorite snack, it informs us. That's good. A fly began buzzing around my head. I flicked my tongue and swallowed it. Nothing unusual about a gecko eating a fly, right? Only this was no ordinary fly. It was a radio transmitter that worked as a homing device. Good. This is necessary detail. My remote control suddenly jammed. My giant TV screen went blank. Then, without warning, a huge hand reached out of the screen, grabbed me by the neck, and zap! You heard me, Steel. You know what this is. This is the intro for the first Gex game. This is what happens. Just like that, I was yanked through my TV into this bizarre and totally cool place known as the media dimension. You see, in the media dimension, TV rules. Now, you might think that it sounds like the perfect place for a tubehead like me, but what I failed to mention is that the cold, powerful claw that pulled me into this crazy dimension belonged to a guy named Rez. Rez ruled the media dimension. In fact, his ultimate plan was to take control.
Welcome to Geckos. Would you like a burger with flies?
Yes, please. I like the part about the gecko. It's a great novel. It's a touchstone of our civilization, and like, oh my gosh. If you want that Gex content, Alice, is your VOD still up? I need to go watch it. Because I need more of this. Oh. Is Rez just called that because it phonetically contrasts Gex, or does it mean anything? Maybe it's short for resolution? And there's like the lead up to the Resolution Wars? Which wasn't a thing in 1999? I don't know. Fuck it. I don't know. It's a metaphor for television. Wow, isn't it amazing that television's about to go the way of the dinosaur? Like the whole TV thing is just like, I feel like it's on its way out, and streaming is gonna replace it. I don't know many people that still
Coalfire Rock
have
gifted a tier 1 sub to Alice Cerita Rothwater. They have given 14 gift subs in the channel.
Coalfire, thank you so much! Oh my gosh!
Are you going to read the entire book, or do I have to buy it to get the ending?
I'm gonna try to read the whole thing. Which I think I'll be able to do. It's the only part of the charity I did that's still up because people were like, really for the Gex novel content. Hey Zal! Oh no, is that Gex? Yes! I'm not playing it. This is just background footage. I'm reading the Gex novel. So far, his dad died in a space shuttle explosion, his mom bought NASA, his brothers bought Australia, and he got sucked into the TV. So, you know, Gecko. Yamera. In fact, his ultimate plan was to take control of all TV channels everywhere. Wow, Wreck-It Ralph totally ripped off Gex. Of course, I didn't know that at the time. All I knew was that this mean-looking dude had pulled me into the media dimension to bronze me and turn me into a new network mascot. You wish, Gex. Gex wishes he was a mascot, you know? We need to remember all the failed animal mascot platformers of the 90s. Like, you know? Arrow the Acrobat. Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. Titus Fox. Vex. Blinks. Exactly. Tack and the Power of Juju. Well, maybe we shouldn't remember that one. That one's kind of racist. Excuse me, Ty is amazing? Yeah! No. Some of them were amazing. Like, you know. Okay, late 90s, early 2000s. Glover? I unironically glove that game. That's true. Croc. Timesweeper was a jam. No, Blinks is good. I'm here for Blinks. Mass grave that Sonic started, where everyone wanted to make animal creatures to corner the upcoming furry fandom, even if they didn't know it was there. It's like we're kind of successful. To an extent. The problem with the mascot platformers, Klonoa's fucking great. Klonoa 2, Lutania's Veil, is like one of the best games on the PS2. It's spectacular. The weird thing about the mascot platformers is that they were made with the intent of becoming mascots for their platforms, right? So, like, Crash Bandicoot was mildly successful, but, like, I wouldn't say that, like, Jack and Daxter or Sly Cooper or even Ratchet and Clank were particularly, like, huge. Like, they were successful enough. But nothing quite became a mascot the way that, like, Mario and Sonic did. Crash Bandicoot to a lesser extent. Although that was kind of unofficial. So, I don't know. Oh, geez, meat. I remember that one. Yep. Yeah, the problem with Crash Bandicoot, where it didn't become a PlayStation mascot, is that it was owned by Universal, and not Sony. So Sony wanted a mascot character for their platform in the US that wasn't Crash Bandicoot, so that they owned it and they didn't have to pay royalties out to Universal and Naughty Dog. So they made Blasto. So, you know how that turned out. They could have made Ape Escape their mascot. It would have worked. It would have worked. Crash and Spyro, who is the more successful mascot? Well, Spyro's still going pretty strong. Crash has... I don't know. I mean, there is a new Crash Bandicoot game coming out, so... Kind of amused and happy that Bungie's Master Chief became the mascot for Xbox. Yeah, I agree. I mean, what other options did they have? They tried to make Blinks a thing, and that, grabbed by the ghoulies, maybe? You know, Parappa would have been a great mascot. Anyway. Does Uncharted count as a mascot platformer? Why not? Know what happened to Blasto? If there's something specific you're talking about, probably not. Let me see. I ran as fast as my 4 legs could take me. Through a world of colorful shapes, platforms, mazes, catwalks, ramps, and levels. I was inside a world made out of old TV shows. He's just describing the first game, so that's fun. We're getting caught up to where this one starts. This is still the prologue. It might sound strange to you, but believe me, being there was about as strange as it gets. He was voiced by Phil Hartman? Yeah. Yeah. Oh. I know he died. I didn't know it was a murder. So that's yikes. Old TV shows must have been ancient now. Well, they're referencing Gilligan's Island in this game, so yeah. And the $6 Million Man. I raced along a ramp that seemed to narrow as I moved forward. Then I saw it. At the end of the ramp sat a TV. Something inside me. Maybe it was that transmitter. Said to keep running, so I did. I ran right into the TV. Crash! I broke through the screen and was instantly transported to one of the many worlds that made up the media dimension. Cartoon World. The TV acted as an exit from one world and a portal into another. I remember thinking, I'll have to keep that in mind. Gilligan's Island wasn't even relevant when the Gex games came out. It hasn't been relevant since the 70s. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. What kind of line is that? They're just describing gameplay mechanics. I don't know. Meat, you bring up a great point. Why has Gex never referenced Aha's Take on Me? He could have been all sketchy inside the TV. Like, that would have been a good reference. Timeless. It never happened. It's very weird. I'm in a TV. So when did they make a Twilight Zone reference? I think you're thinking of Sam and Max, the Devil's Playhouse. Oh my god, in Ithaca. I forgot that. Cartoon World was like being trapped inside every cartoon I've ever seen. And take my word for it, I'd seen a million of them. I dashed down an ordinary-looking cartoon street. Suddenly, a huge safe plummeted from the top floor of a building and just missed my head. A cat-and-mouse superhero team raced over to me. They looked more like they were fighting to still fit into their costumes than like they were ready to battle evil supervillains. What does that line mean? Did he notice their bulgy-wulgy? Is that what that's supposed to imply? They looked more like they were fighting to still fit into their costumes than like they were ready to battle evil supervillains. I don't know. I'm just reading the thing, okay? Conservapedia. Oh god. Tom and Jerry probably had a superhero show. They've done everything. I wouldn't be surprised. It was one reading of the text. I'm doing gextual analysis, okay? It's... we're trying to determine the meaning behind gex. Oh my god, Battle Tank. Oh, I'm gonna go read that later. Welcome back, bitch! Remember the turn everything into children fad of the 90s? Oh, like Muppet Babies and like a pup named Scooby-Doo and yeah. Perfect. I hated it. They were all universally terrible. Tom and Jerry, that's the one. Alright. Hey, remember Lunatics? Why was that a show? Why were they like, we need to make an edgy anime based on... Looney Tunes. Why?
Every reading is valid, especially Thirsty Gex novelization analysis.
Yes, absolutely. Fun judge, don't talk about lunatics. Okay, fair. I mean, you know, like, that was post Space Jam, too. Like, what? Oh. Okay. Cat and mouse superhero team fighting to still fit into their costumes. They handed me a bouquet of flowers. Holy chrysanthemum, Batman! I shrieked. Then the two out-of-work, out-of-shape heroes leaped into their rodent mobile and zoomed away, which is when the bouquet of flowers exploded. My head spun around and came to rest facing backwards. I twisted it back to its forward position and continued on my way. It's like, it's funny when you describe the slapstick comedy. Like, slapstick comedy works really well in text. It's perfect. This is how you do it.
Gex is all confirmed.
Confirm. Is She-Ra good? I've heard it's really good. Taking place in the future? What? That's fascinating. My holy chrysanthemum. I don't understand. Okay. Immediately return your character's head to the forward position, okay? Consider my petition wisely, Gecko. I hope my Silent Hill 2 fanfic is read on here one day. Just send it to me, I'll do it. Aww. I passed a payphone that was ringing. When I picked it up and said hello, a foot kicked me through the phone line. The kick knocked me right into another TV, transporting me to Graveyard World. Roar. X3 Nuzzles pounces on you. Ooh, you're so warm. Couldn't help but notice your bulge from across the floor. Nuzzles your necky wacky, tilda Matilda hee hee. Unzip your baggy ass pants, ooh baby, you so musky. Take me home, pet me and make me yours, and don't forget to stuff me. See me wag my little baby tail off for your pokey wonky kisses and lickies your neck. I hope daddy likey snuzzles and wuzzles your chest. I be getting thirsty.
Rawr X3 Nuzzles pounces on you. Gex, you're so warm. Couldn't help but notice Gecko from across the floor.
Good tail timing. That's great. Heckin'. I hate this book. I'm already hating this book. Oh god, we're only on page 9. We need to speed this up. Alright. Ever wonder what happens to old black and white monster movies? You know, movies like Frankenstein and Dracula meet the giant tomatoes from Jupiter. That's an Attack of the Killer Tomatoes reference. You know. Well, they end up in Graveyard World. As I shuffled through the foggy graveyard at midnight, an army of walking zombies marched toward me. Talk about a bunch of stiffs! Am I right? Ladies? I scrambled up a nearby mausoleum using my suction cup feet and leaped over their heads. Page 9 from Outer Space. Oh, that's brilliant. That's actually really good. Wow, these zombies are dead after that slaughter. Mausoleum. It's perfect. I'm gonna go... I'm gonna go read something else. And fuck Gex. Oh. Okay. Only to land in front of a drooling, growling maniac wearing a hockey mask and wielding a large knife. Whoa, who could that be? It's Pokemon Go to the Bowl. Oh. Make sure you're all registered to vote, by the way. It's Rick from Splatterhouse. It's perfect. That's the reference. Oh god. Quarter pound of Swiss cheese and a hat trick there, buddy, I said as the mad slasher raised his knife and stepped toward me. I dove behind a headstone and crashed right into the TV leading out of Graveyard World. Because he's... Gex thinks he's a drive-through window? I'm at a loss for explaining this joke. Whoa! Those are just words. Gex is just words. The Gex novel is just words. It's Joe's and Boris. Splash! I landed in a pot of steaming water. I was now in the middle of a cannibal feast in Jungle World. Hi Naz, how's it going? We're reading the Gex novel. So how's it going? I have not played the Splatterhouse reboot, although I believe Pidge did? Question mark? Is this about to get uber racist? I'm not even sure what this is a parody of. Were there a lot of, like, jungle-themed television shows in the 90s? Because there's like Gilligan's Island, and then there's, like, Swiss Family Robinson, of course. But, like, those weren't, like, jungles. Those were more, like, islands. And then there was, like, Land of the Lost, but that was, like, an underground, like, Hollow Earth dinosaur sitcom kind of thing. So, like, I don't know. I don't know what has cannibal references. It's fine. I guess. I don't know. TV will always be relevant. It's perfect. No? Okay, I mean, it's not fine. But, you know. I don't know what this is a reference to, actually. Jungle World. I guess it's just 90s video games all needed jungle levels. I mean, look at Crash Bandicoot, right? Usually when someone says, I'd like to have you for dinner, they don't mean, you're gonna be the main course. God, why Gex? He's... Because they're gonna have him for dinner. But not like having him over for dinner, but like, you know, he's gonna be the dinner. It's a good one, Gex. Oh. I jumped from the pot and took off through the thick jungle underbrush. The cannibals chased me, poking their sharp spears at my heels. I took a right at a fallen log and found myself face to face with a ferocious tiger. No, Hex, I don't feel okay. Is this better or worse than Ready Player One in terms of references? So far, it's actually better. But I don't know. So is he Gexual? Sure. Why not? I mean, there was Jumanji in 95. Oh yeah, and then there was the Jumanji animated television show. So maybe that's what it's a reference to. I don't know. Sure. So is Gex not an option for Twitch? Oh, Robotnik, I'm not playing Gex. I'm reading the Gex novel.
You can stop reading this, but you have to turn Gafik and finish my Immortal. Thanks for your consideration.
You don't want me to do that, Goldfire. It was a Gexcellent reading. Oh, thank you so much. I was excited to do it. But don't let me stop here. I've got a gecko on and keep reading this, so you know. Yeah,
we need
mate.
Gex. Don't stop.
It's a big thing in the old cartoons. It's Gexception. I have read this and I'm sorry for your soul. Thank you, Ludovico. Appreciate it. Thanks for the well wishes. Okay, so he's face to face with a ferocious tiger. Hi, I'm here for the Frosted Flakes interview, I said. He showed his teeth. They were great. Good comeback, Gex. That's spectacular. The cannibals charged from behind me, and the tiger charged from the front. I looked up and saw a tree branch about 20 feet above my head. Thwap! I shot my tongue into the air, wrapped it around the branch, and pulled myself up to safety. Or so I thought. Ludovico, thank you for that follow. Oh, my fur and whiskers. This tiger is showing his socialist teeth. Oh my gosh. Yeah, usually on Tuesdays we play bad games, but today I'm reading a bad novel because we made our sub goal for the month. You know, just for funsies. And we're only 10 pages in. Oh heck, this is gonna take forever. It's been an hour. I'm sorry. Gexcellent novel. Best novel? Great novel or greatest novel? How long is this book? It's 80 pages! It's 80 pages! I'm gonna start speedrunning this. This is a novel stream. Oh my gosh, did my music stop, by the way? Yes, 80. Here we go. Good. More Gex music. There we are. Perfect. I saw Gex novelization and what? It's a Gex novel. It's a novel based on Gex the Gecko. Let me see. I shot my tongue into the air, wrapped it around the branch, and pulled myself up to safety. Or so I thought. What did I find way up in the tree? Smash! You guessed it. Another TV. Enjoy your lurk, Naz. It's a Gext adventure. Ah! This one led to Kung Fu World, where I was instantly surrounded by a team of 6 deadly ninjas. Whoa, will Chuck Norris please report to the front desk? I said. Paging Jean-Claude Van Damme. Those are people in martial arts movies. Way to go, Gex. I feel like the music fits this. This is good. I wonder who owns the Gex IP now? I'm glad you asked, Pidge. It's Square Enix! So look forward to the media dimension being a level in the next Kingdom Hearts game! Please. Please make this happen. Square, please. Make Gex a summon in Kingdom Hearts Remake Part 2. Or fucking Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. This novelization starring the hip green master of disguise video game hero Gex is sure to appeal to millions of children playing Nintendo and PlayStation video game. You forgot the hyphen between video and games, but I appreciate the attempt, Blossom. Heck! Olgrid! Thank you so much for that Prime sub. Welcome to the Court of Hearts, Your Majesty. Heck. Message Square and the response is basically, what's a Gex? Oh yeah, that thing I own. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Okay. The ninjas obviously weren't up on their kung fu movies. They began closing their... Neither Jean-Claude Van Damme nor Chuck Norris does kung fu. Oh. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. They began closing their circle tighter and tighter around me. Oh my goodness. They began closing their circle tighter and tighter around me. Blim. Then an amazing thing happened. Something that would change my life, or at least save it countless times over the next few years. I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm just reading the novelization of Gex, okay? This is fine. It's fine. You ready for tail time? Heckin'. Oh, Van Damme it. He's a Gexual creature. Look, it's not my fault that Gex fucks, okay? It's fine. It's getting Gexplicit, isn't it?
They circled tighter and tighter around me. They were getting ready to enter the gecko.
Cool fire. I instinctively whipped my tail at the ninjas in a move I came to call my quote-unquote roundhouse tail attack. It's exactly like Ready Player One, but more horny. Gexploitation. Whoop! Whap! Boof! This is in italics, but this is the text. Okay? One by one, I polished off all 6 ninjas. It's not my fault. The book's so horny. It's not my fault. One by one, I polished off all 6 ninjas. Quite the weapon, Gexy old boy, I thought when the last ninja had dropped. That was when 2 sumo wrestlers ran at me from opposite directions. I'm dying though. I'm dying though. This is inappropriate. Is this TOS?
I polished off what now shy HH? WTF did I come back to?
Welcome back in. Oh god. It's fine. It's fine. There's nothing weird going on. There's nothing weird. I just read the next paragraph and it's still weird. In Ithaca, that's an excellent wrestler. Triple H is doing wonderful things with NXT. I feel like Triple H needs to take over the WWE instead of Vince McMahon's stupid racist ass.
Polish and did he use his fly hole?
You don't go to horny jail, you go to horny Alcatraz. We need to know what happens. Okay. 2 sumo wrestlers ran at me from opposite directions. I have 2 words for you guys. I have 2 words you guys should add to your vocabulary. I said, salad bar. I can't. Oh, do you guys want an explanation for what that joke was? Because the book does not provide. It just keeps going. That's a burn. Fuck off, Gex. Huh. We could have been doing an Animorphs reading, but no, your alien ass had to go and invade and shit. I knew that if I went to take one of the big boys out with my roundhouse tail attack, the other would crush me like a pancake. So rather than whip my tail at one wrestler or the other, I split the difference and slammed it right in between them. This move, which I named the tail slam. Real clever, I know, but Goldberg's jackhammer was already copyrighted. Oh, Goldberg's a wrestler. That's cute. I understand that reference. That wrestler's like 80 years old now, and Vince McMahon is still making him perform, which is fucking awful, but that's fine. Sent shockwaves through the ground, tumbling both tubbies away. Of course, the shockwave also caused a TV set to crash down on my head, sending me to... Tail swam. It's not like sumo wrestlers are made up almost entirely of muscle or anything. Gex is the kind of shit-heel that's just like, yeah, I'm gonna stoop to a fat joke, it's fine. Rez's nerve center. Finally, I was face to face with the twisted, evil ruler of the media dimension in his own home base. This was a world beyond insanity. Alien, high-tech circuitry pulsed with waves of electric force. Energy flowed like liquid and crackled like static. That's an image. That's fine. That was an okay line, you know? The writing's getting better. Can I change the channel in this novel? You know.
I was about to start reading The Scarlet Plague by Jack London. Instead, I'm here. I made the right decision.
I'm not so sure, Bloodhunter. Oh, man. At last, Gecko, I have you where I want you, snarled Rez. Yeah, Rez Bezos. I don't know. Nothing about this is getting better. If anything, it's getting worse. There was something strangely familiar about his voice, but I couldn't quite place it. Now you will become my new network mascot. Wait, we gave more than a few pages in. We're at the final boss. What is next? Oh, this is the final boss of the first game. I was gonna do all 3 games. I turned and stared at Rez. His metal body looked as if it had been thrown together by a boiler explosion. That's a Silent Hill reference. It's a reference to the Silent Hill 1 boiler explosion. It's clever? It's probably not, but you know. He had long, pointy teeth of sharp metal, and his piercing yellow eyes burned with a sickly glow that felt as if it was searing right through me. Wires and tubes connected to the back of his head and body, and the hood ornament on his skull ran from the back of his neck to his forehead. Lights flashed ominously from his head and body. His hands ended in shiny gold claws, and flames leaped from his torso. I may have already mentioned that this was one mean-looking dude. It's tail time! I shouted. Speak of the devil in Ethica, and he will appear. Yeah, there you go. Why is his plan to make... I don't know. Have a good night, Jack. Thank you for stopping by. Why is Rez's plan... Knowing who Rez is, why is his plan to make Gex a network mascot? I don't understand. I do not understand in the least. They could have just made a network mascot. Honestly, they probably could have just drawn Gex. Sorry. Like, they could have just copied him and Gex wouldn't have given a fuck about his copyright infringement. Like, I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. Pretty good catchphrase, I thought. I'll have to remember to copyright it. I whipped my tail back and forth, but he was too quick. He jumped up and avoided its powerful impact. Rez lunged at me. I shot my tongue to a conduit above us and pulled myself out of the way just in time. Rez sprang up and joined me on the thin wire 50 feet above the ground. That's when I saw the TV set I hoped would lead me out of the media dimension. Rez stood between me and freedom. I shot my tongue out in a move I like to call my gelatinous tongue lash. Okay. It's fine. No, I wish he would call it that. But he did. Here we are. We live in a world where Gex has a gelatinous tongue lash. Enjoy it. Fancier than Tail Slam, I know. A stream of green slime flew from my mouth and hit Rez square in his steel-belted chest, knocking him down from the conduit. It's fine. Dislikement. This is a book that needs to be read entirely by Jack Black. I'd listen to it. Now I loathe that I live in a world where this exists. Thanks for picking the perfect music for this. It's the Gex soundtrack, actually. Oh. Oh god. Oh. I didn't know I could do that, I thought. Being in the media dimension gives me some interesting powers. David won, Goliath nothing, I yelled as I raced along the conduit on my suction cup feet. I am out of here. I dove into the TV and wham! I was free. I landed in my own living room. When I crashed to the floor, the transmitter fly popped out of my mouth and disappeared. I turned around and looked back at the screen of my huge TV. My favorite James Bond movie was playing. Moonraker. I picked up the remote, flopped onto the couch, and shoved a handful of flies into my mouth. All was right with the world again. For the moment. Chapter 2. You know, honestly, Gex seems like the kind of person who says they're really into James Bond but hasn't seen any of the James Bond movies and is just really enjoys In Like Flint. Like, has never seen James Bond but really likes In Like Flint. Oh, how riveting. Wait, did you say chapter 2? I said chapter 2! Man's just sitting on a couch eating flies. He's a gecko. Yeah. Chapter 2, game 2. Oh, there's a time skip in the Gex arc, by the way. Before we get to the Gex tournament arc, there's the time skip. It's a parody of Austin Powers. It's a parody of James. It's a parody of a parody of James Bond.
Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace.
You're probably not wrong. I did 2 peaceful years passed. I did nothing but sit in front of the tube, eat junk food, like flies, of course. The Gex Beach episode. Oh, he's going to have an onsen episode. It's fine. It's perfect. Okay. Goldfinger's a good one, though. From Russia with Love is fun. I recommend Moonraker. It's probably the dumbest James Bond movie, but it's also really fun.
Gex has only seen Agent Cody Banks.
Wow. He's only seen Spy Kids 2. Agent Cody Banks. That's a fucking pole blood hunter. Goodness. It's, let me see. Ah, here we go. I did nothing but sit in front of the tube, eat junk food, and take comfort in daily visits from my big screen buddies. I'd start my day with a cup of coffee and kung fu theater, followed by a donut and my favorite cartoons. Then came a bag of chips and a visit to Her Majesty's Secret Service. For 2 years, I hardly bulged. I'm sorry, that says budged? That was my bad. Gex is a fan of Mad Helm movies. Excuse me, Spy Kids 2 is amazing. I've never seen any of the Spy Kids movies. I've never seen them. All I know is that line. That might have been a bit of a Freudian penis there. Yes. Look, sometimes a cigar is just genitals. It's fine. Killing, I'm so sorry. I love you, though. You know what you were doing. But then things got really interesting. Oh, thank God. We're 14 pages into this book and things are getting interesting. It promised me things are going to get interesting. One day, which started off like any other day, 2 big goons in black suits and sunglasses burst into my house. I told them right away that the Men in Black sequel had already been cast. That's a timely reference. I think Men in Black 2 hadn't come out yet. But they flashed their badges at me, saying they worked for a secret government agency and needed my help. It seemed that Rez was on the move again, trying to take over all the TV channels in the world. They said that because I had taken care of Rez once already, I was the perfect gecko for the job. They wanted me to go back into the media dimension and stop Rez again. Why are all dead bottom? You did this to me. I'm so sorry. Where's the point? But he didn't stop him the first time. He just fucked around and then left. Correct. Also, this secret government agency doesn't have anybody, like, better equipped than somebody who spent the last 2 years sitting in front of the fucking television and eating junk food. This is great. This time the job pays double. If I remember correctly, I'm gonna see if they include it, but if I remember the intro for Enter the Gecko properly, there is a very, very dumb fart joke. So, look forward to it. I hope it's in the text, too. Including the awkward silence. So this will be great. I told them to buzz off. My favorite episode of I Love Lucy was coming out. You know, I Love Lucy, the thing that all kids in the 90s watched. And it was time for them to leave. Go find some other guy to save the day, I said. That's when they whacked me over the head with a crowbar. It looks like they're from the same agent, the secret government agency as, Gordon Freeman. So this is good. I think the whole thing is a fart joke. Everything went black. When I woke up, I was in an interrogation room with bright lights shining in my eyes. Again, they asked me to help them by going after Rez, and again, I said no. Then, when they shoved the briefcase, that's when they shoved the briefcase full of cash under my nose. That's not how it happened. This isn't how it happened. This is not true to the canon. No. No. Hang on. No, we need to fix this. We need to fix this. This isn't how it happened. Here's the interrogation.
And they think I'm crazy enough to go back in after them. So they whisk me away to interrogation 101. They play rough. Start giving me the business. I give a little back. So we negotiate a little something.
No, you sit here and you watch this.
They throw in one of those secret agent suits, and I tell them we got a deal.
You sit here and you watch the Gex lore.
Looks like I'm headed back into the media dimension. It's gonna be deja
We need to do this.
all over again.
Good. Good. Is this supposed to be a fucking Basic Instinct reference? You know. Bottom. I can't believe they didn't include the fart and the awkward silence afterwards in the novel. This is important Gex lore. Oh god. I hate this, so I'm gonna leave. Okay. What is it exactly you want me to do? I asked, counting the bills. Hey, everyone's got his price. As a matter of fact, the goons threw in a really spiffy secret agent tuxedo. Fits me like a four-fingered glove. Why does Gex need money in a suit? His mom got enough money to buy NASA. His brother's got enough money to buy Australia. And all he bought was a house and a TV and food. So, like, shouldn't he have, like, billions? What the fuck does he care about money? I don't know. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know. I don't know. Mom took away the TV, got a lower cut. I must have, right? Shush up. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm just gonna read this book. Okay. They explained my mission was simple. Save television and make Rez disappear. Why didn't they just, like, tell him, oh, if Rez takes over all of television, then you won't be able to enjoy television anymore? And then it's, like, personal, you know? Like, yeah. I don't know. Like, it seems to be his only defining character trait is he really likes television. So, like, to just threaten the only thing he enjoys. It just, I don't know. It's fine. I mean, this video game was made 20 years ago, so fuck it, I guess. Right? As I left the building, a beautiful secret agent named Agent Extra. It's like extra, but without the E. Hi, Flocky. Welcome to the Gex novel. Introduced herself to me. Welcome to the team, Gexy, she said. So not all the secret agents who work for this secret government agency are big ugly goons, I thought.
Wait, is Res short for resolution? Is it a pun? Someone shoot the creators and then me.
We'll do. I don't know Coalfire. I really don't know. 50 points for the sexy voice there, but oh, thank you, Arian. Thanks for helping to stop Rez, Agent Extra added. I love television too. Then she giggled and walked away. I could tell right away that Extra and I were going to be good friends. Can I pronounce her name this way every time? Can I do that? Is that alright? I just want to make fun of the fact that there's no E in the name. Quick on a name on Wikipedia says the list of Playboy Playmates 1998. She was March, apparently. That makes sense. Yeah, and I'll bet she's in this game for the reason that somebody at Crystal Dynamics really wanted to get a Baywatch actress into the studio. That's probably it. I mean, you know. Their ship name is Gextra. I hate that, mate. I hate that. It's good. It's good. It's the funniest. Okay. Alright. A big government limo drove me home. The agents had already programmed my TV to work as a doorway into the media dimension. Fucking somehow! Okay, we'll just gloss that over. They even had me set up with a secret cave to use as a base of operations once I got there. Like fucking Batman. Okay, sure. Of the New Hampshire extras? Yeah. Perfect. Oh my god. Plutonium. Lock and load, little lizard! I shouted as I dove through my TV screen and re-entered the media dimension. It's tail time. That's what he says. It's the line. It's good. I landed on the prehistory channel, right on the head of a T-Rex! I suppose in some weird genetic way we're related, but I wasn't going to stick around to compare family photos. Oh no, it's not a T-Rex. Is that true? I don't know. They're closer related to birds than they are to geckos. It's fine, I don't know.
Gex is so cool. He thinks.
He sure does. T-Gex. Perfect. Oh. The government goons had told me that Rez's nerve center had been expanded into an entire city in the media dimension. The city was called Rezopolis. Clever. It's wrap the TV in tinfoil and didn't do shit else. That'd be good. But how was I supposed to get there? Would the first TV I found lead me right to Rez? Or would I have to dance my way through a pile of reruns before I got to the big enchilada himself? While these questions raced through my mind, the giant T-Rex casually shook his head, sending me flying into a TV. Okay. With the big enchilada and the pop culture references and the breaking the fourth wall, who is more insufferable? Is it Gex or Deadpool? Because they're kind of even for me, to be honest. I don't know, though. Yeah, this is Persona 4. Gexing all night. Oh. I lost my place. I lost my place. Deadpool makes fun of your jokes? Yes. But Gex has better fans. So, I don't know. Like, taking everything into consideration. Gex is not ironic fans. You know. Zero fans isn't better fans? Yeah, it is! Yeah, it is! It definitely is!
Personally, I can't get over the fact that because there are no digital copies of this, that you own a physical version of this book. I am envious.
Blood Hunter, I had to purchase 2! Because the first one got sent to the wrong address, and I emailed the site and was like, hey, if this gets sent back, can you readdress it? And they were like, no, we'll refund you and you can repurchase it if it goes back up on the website. And it never did. So I got refunded, but I had to purchase a second one from a different website. So, I don't know. Anyway. While these questions raced through my mind, the giant T-Rex casually shook his head, sending me flying into a TV. No, it wasn't worth it, and the worst part of it is I had to email somebody and say, hey, my copy of the Gex novelization is being sent to the wrong house. So that's the worst. Crash. I landed in Circuit Central, a world of old sci-fi shows. Right in the captain's seat, on the bridge of the starship Win a Prize. That joke is so lame, I need to get something to drink. I'll be right back. Oh, oh, oh. Oh. Blem. Oh, I didn't realize I had my microphone. Okay, I'm sorry. my microphone is still going. Okay, so I don't normally drink on stream, but like drink. Is that an I forgot to mute? Oh, yes. Blem. I don't like drink, but I do have a bottle of Bailey's here that I can just polish off. I think I'm gonna have that neat. And by neat, I don't mean on the rocks. I mean, I'm just gonna drink right out of the bottle. I'm just, you know. I need a little more of that, okay. Okay. Just have a sippy. Oh, just have a sippy of Bailey's. It's fine. Has Gex would. It's tail time, baby. Okay. Bottle is the correct serving size. It's not that I don't drink, but like I'm usually just like I only drink for taste. Like I've never gotten drunk, and I really don't have the desire to. So like I'll drink, but only stuff that tastes good to me. And I guess I'm kind of fortunate because like most alcohol just doesn't taste very good to me. So, yeah. It's tail time. Time for story time. There's some alcohol I enjoy. Bailey's is nice. I like sweet drinks. Absolutely, same. Yeah, Zal. Alcohol does weird stuff to me. Like, getting fuzzy and comfy and sleepy is fine, but it also like kills my social energy a lot of the time. And I'm just like, oh no, I want to be by myself. And then I get like, sometimes it'll give me like heartburn. I don't know why. So I don't do it a lot, but sometimes I need it. Wait, you have social energy? I'm expending it streaming. You know. I've got a lot less of it these days. Touch fuzzy, get dizzy. Alright, let me see. There's a T-Rex, tail time. And then the Starship win a prize. I need to leave again. Okay. So, alright. Okay, that's a reference to Star Wars. Han Solo flies the Starship Enterprise. That's a reference to it. We were under attack from an alien race known as the Reruns. That's cute. They're like reruns? Or like Romulans? But like reruns. That's cute. That's cute. That's fine. I'm okay with this. It's fine. What, Coalfire? Are you keeping up with where I am in the book? Suddenly, a troop of Rerun warriors materialized on the bridge. I leaped into action. It's tail time! I shouted as I struck with my roundhouse tail attack. Whip! 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 Bloodhunter! He did it! Gex used the whip! It's in the book! Yeah, like the Romulans from Stargate. Perfect. What is this? Why is this? Iris. I'm reading the Gex novel. Who wrote this book? His name is, Michael Teitelbaum. You know, I believe he does novelizations, like, for, Disney movies and, like, Marvel properties and stuff these days. I looked him up because I was like, I need to know who this is. And it just sounds like...
The holy text of Gex says, use whip.
It actually sounds like the author of this is just, like, a working writer. Like, is just doing contract work for, like, novelizations. And I respect the hustle. 1. And 2, like, I don't think this is poorly written. I think this is true to the character of Gex. Like, because it's written from first person, and this is Gex's narration, I think this writing is actually good, because this is how Gex would have written it. The reruns only appear after their civilization ended a few years back. What is a Gex? Gex the Gecko. He was a mascot platformer from the 1990s. I'm gonna have another sippy. I'm gonna have a little more. Hey MCP, how's it going? I'm gonna have a little more of this Bailey's. I have just a little bit more. It's dry. Mascot for what? The 3DO, of course. Thank you for that sippy X. Gex was actually the mascot for Crystal Dynamics before they got purchased by IDOS Interactive. Before they got purchased by Square Enix, who now owns the Gex IP. And will not make a new game. What is wrong with them? Anyway, okay. Whip, whip, whip. I slammed into the dreaded reruns, shattering their bodies into a million scattered electrons and diminishing their dreams of conquest, all in one swift stroke. He fucking obliterated those twins. I can't believe that. Oh, you can't fight the Dretch. They're made of pure energy. Gex needs a turn-based RPG. That's what I'm thinking. Not bad for a lazy lizard. I'm a little Astrid. I'm kind of a lightweight, okay? I'm small, and I don't drink a lot, so you know. I'm trying to figure out how Gex read this line, and I'm imagining he did like a terrible Captain Kirk impression. Oh God, I'm not even gonna try. You're in command, Mr. Schlock, I told my first officer. I'm outta here. Then I jumped into the ship's main view screen, hoping to land in Rezopolis. Again, I was out of luck. Love you too. Gong! I landed in the middle of Kung Fu Theater. I'm assuming the gong was then followed by, like... Gex
is like a YouTuber trying to avoid copyright.
A little bit, yeah. See, corporation's enough where I try to not to pay too much attention.
Tipsy or driven to madness? 4K Los Dos?
It's both. I was staring right into the ugly mug of a disgusting half-pig, half-cow called Moo Shoe Pork. Because it's got moo pork in the name. I took a kung fu stance. Hey, I've seen enough movies to fake it. Well, that's him now. Wait, what? Oh, that's the level playing in the background? Oh, perfect. Oh, Mushu Pork. There he is. Nice. Okay, cool. We caught up with the game. Then I looked down and saw that I was now clad in a bright red kung fu outfit. That's what that is. Remember, Gex, so you won't have to. Complete with nunchucks and a Chinese takeout box, in case I get hungry after my fight, because that's what Kung Fu is known for, Chinese food. It's the things that Americans are aware of in the 90s. This is all the Chinese culture we have. So this is a Wendy's. Oh, hey, Tori. I am not in the best shape to handle this. I'm so sorry. It's okay if you want to sit this one out. That's okay. Hex, haven't you seen Jeff Dunham? It's still considered funny. It's fine. It's good. Sorry, I hope you feel better. Take some Motrin or something, okay? Ely. Hello. Anyway, let's see. Let me have hope. Jeff Dunham, the awful racist puppet guy. It is, yeah. Yeah, that's it. I know, I need to stop stopping. I need to keep
novelization
going.
Is the unnamed 13th trial of Hercules. Even he couldn't pass it.
I need to keep get going. Get going. Get going. There we go. Okay. Yep. Let me see. Grandmaster Gex to show you what I'm made of, Mushu, I said. And I'm assuming he did it in like a really racist Chinese accent. I'm not gonna do that, but I'm assuming Gex did. Mushu Pork lunged at me with a nasty-looking cattle prod. I swiftly countered with my nunchucks, grabbing the prod and flinging it. Just getting my kicks, darling, I said, lashing out with a powerful kung fu kick that sent Mushu Pork flying back into the takeout kitchen. So much for him. Hey, Kabak, how you doing? How's it going? I don't know, are you? It's a great point. I don't know. It's the media dimension. Anything's possible. Tia Betts is such a good friend. Tia Betts is so good. I need some more Baileys. And just a little bit more. Is it still considered neat if you're doing it out of the bottle? Because if you have it in a glass, it's neat. And then if you have it with ice, it's on the rocks. What is it called when you drink it out of the bottle? It's called alcoholism. I don't have a problem. You have a problem. Gex has a problem. Gex is a problem. It's called pulling a Gex. I think that's called rock bottom. I am the rock bottom. Give me a guitar. No, Tori, you're absolutely right. It's called tail time. After a quick snack, I spotted a TV. There on the screen, glaring and taunting me, was an image of Rez. I'm imagining the TV exploding and, like, Aldia fucking coming out of it, like, wreathed in fire. Oh, like Dark Souls 2. So I don't know if I gotta think of it enough. You know what? I've only had a little bit. I've only had a little bit. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's just a little. It's just a little to help me get through this. It's fine. Did you know I used to work...
Wayne the Rock Bottom Johnson.
Blim. I used to work at a Caribou Coffee, and there was like a Myers right in our parking lot, and we would go over and buy like mint chocolate Baileys and make like frappuccinos with shots of Baileys in them. Oh man, they're so good. Baileys goes so well with coffee. Hey, horticulture. No, we're only on page 18. We're only on chapter 2. Still trapped in the media dimension. Sounds delicious. It's really good. It's really good. Is Gex a boy or a girl? Gex uses he/him pronouns for himself, so take that for what you like. He's also a gecko. Anyway, Gex Vana. Where am I? Where was my spot? At that moment, I knew my next stop would be my last. I wolfed down the final piece of my General Chang's chicken and dove into the TV screen. Sure enough, I found myself in Rezopolis. It was unlike any place I'd ever seen. The sprawling city flickered with blue, static-filled light, like a TV set trying to pull in a weak signal. Electrical impulses whizzed through the air, like urgent messengers. This place was alive with power. I think I'm caught up to where the game is. I think this is... okay. So... 10 pages an hour. So, you know... well, it's only going to take us 8 hours to finish this. Where can I find it online so I don't miss out on a single word? I actually don't know! I couldn't find a copy. I would have put it on the screen if I could find a PDF of it or something. But I could only get it physically, so... I hear Internet Archive has it, but you can only borrow it for like an hour or something? I'm not sure. Anyway. Alright, we're gonna power through a bit more of this. Let me see. Before I could see him, I caught a whiff of Rez. I spun around and there he was, breathing all over me. Hi, I said. I'm here about the receptionist position. I hear your reception is bad, not to mention your breath. And then everybody just sits there and stares at Gex. They just like completely sandbag his stupid ass joke. Oh, Rez is not a musky husky. Gex, I'm glad he's dead. You have come to me, Gex, hissed a crackling electric voice. Actually, I've come to pulverize you, I announced. Now, sit down and beg like a dog! I didn't make that up. That's actually in there. I didn't make this up. It's actually in the text. It's... okay. This is very strange. Why is this so hard? I don't know. It's Gex's fault. This is all Gex's fault. I hate him. I'm gonna turn my brain off now. Oh, I wish I could too. Gex! It's in the text. The Gext, if you will. Oh. Look. He's a pangextual. It's fine. It's fine. Makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. Rez slammed me with a right-handed swipe that sent me flying into the side of a shimmering blue building. He didn't waste a second, firing a missile that came straight toward me. I jumped out of the way just in time. The missile destroyed the building.
Dog. Now enter the gecko. Good boy.
Go fire now. Now! Look, it's not too bad. Missiles here. See? See, now missiles here. It's just, he's in the ghost trick level. It's fine. The missile destroyed the building, which winked out like a TV set going off. All right, Rezzy, old boy, I yelled. It's tail time. I charged straight at him. Sorry, my phone went off. I charged straight at him. When I was about 2 feet away, I whipped my body around and smashed him with a roundhouse tail attack. None of you are without bonk. Oh, don't bring a perfect puppet into this. I'm sorry. And certainly, it was tail time. Oh god, I'm so sorry. Oh yes, here it is. Okay. Yeah, see where it's like this book may be borrowed for 1 hour. Yeah, you like gotta log in and borrow it. And it's like, yeah. I figured this would probably take us more than an hour. Anyway, let me see here. I'm sure we're done with all the pop culture references. Gex has got it out of his system. This is literally published by Troll. It is. Yes. In 1999, it was published by Troll. Well, I can't meet. So I'm sure Gex has all his pop culture references out of the way. All the bad jokes are done. We're only on to, like, good quality writing at this point. I'm sure. Okay. Rez went zooming through the air and crashed into a TV screen where he was trapped inside. Now I can see you perfectly, I said as Rez struggled unsuccessfully to escape from the TV. Your reception cleared right up. That's the reception thing again. That's the gag. Listen to me, Gex, he said, his hands pressed against the inside of the screen. I have something to tell you. I'm listening, I said. What's the hurry? You're not going anywhere. Gex, Rez began. I am your father. That's his voice now. Okay. Now that I was not expecting. Holy shit! Yeah! Fucking plot twists. Crazy. Okay. I thought his dad blew up in a space shuttle explosion, but I'm sure they're gonna explain that. Now that I was not expecting. But Obi-Wan, I mean Mom, told me you were dead, I replied, hiding my shock.
No, I wasn't killed in that NASA accident,
Rez explained.
I was just hideously deformed, and it made me hateful. I will rule all of TV, and you won't stop me.
That doesn't make any sense. I don't know why his mom told him that he was dead. one. Two, she bought NASA for revenge. Why does his dad care about TV? And also, why was he ugly? That's dumb. Was he always a dick? Maybe? The thing about this is, this actually contradicts the ending of Enter the Gecko, where Rez explains that he is Gex's father, but that he has his monstrous mechanical form because he fell into a junkyard while trying to steal cable, which at least gave him some kind of connection to TV, I guess. Hex, it was dark Sith magics, okay? Okay? Look. Gex's dad is alive because of Sith magics. I thought you meant copper cabling? No! Like TV cable, I guess.
Listen, this has a logical explanation. Gex has 2 dads.
Oh, okay. Alright, that does clear everything up. This is the Gex Ultimate Universe. It's the Gex New 52. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna need some more Baileys. Just a little zippy zoopy and go home. It's good. So knowing this, okay, knowing that Gex's dad is Rez, who was hideously disfigured in a space shuttle crash, and now wants to take over all of television, why was he trying to turn Gex into a television mascot in the first game? Maybe they'll explain it if we keep going. Let's keep going and find out, maybe. Sweet. I was Rocky. Hey, I was Rocky. Hello. He having Kimba sit on the couch. Is Rex a gecko? Rez would be a gecko then. Yes, probably. Yes, probably. Maybe. The answer is don't think about it.
Gex's father briefly became a spider cyborg with no mind, surviving only by hate.
Oh, perfect. That makes sense. It was then that I spied the remote control sitting on top of the TV. I grabbed it and aimed it at the set.
No, don't turn it off.
Rez pleaded. Goodbye, Dad, I said. See you in reruns. So the reason that Gex spent the last decade of his life watching television was because of the depression that he suffered from his father's death, causing him to turn to the television for solace. But now that he knows his dad's alive, he's just like, eh, fuck it. Okay. No, it's fine. I'm sure they're going to characterize the rest of this. What does that sound? I'm sorry, I'm flipping the pages of this book. The image of Rez disappeared, and everything went black. When the lights came back on, I was out of the media dimension, back in my living room. Didn't they establish that reruns are Star Trek aliens? Reruns, yes. With a hyphen. As I sorted through the shock of learning that Rez was really my father, I thought I would never see him again. That was 6 months ago. Boy, was I wrong. This morning, right there on the TV news, was the report that my good friend Agent Extra had been kidnapped by Rez. So now I had to head back into the media dimension. Hey Cosmic, how's it going? Welcome to Not Dead. This train doesn't stop, does it? Oh god, I played this game. Yeah, I'm not playing it. It's just on in the background while I read the novelization. Kind of tired, meant to be grounded. Oh gosh. We'll get some rest, okay? Relax for a bit. They just killed the villain. No, this is like a novelization of Gex 3, but they needed to get the first 2 games out of the way first.
Well, what are you waiting for?
A familiar voice cried from my giant TV. Oh, I thought that was Rez talking, but it's actually Agent Xtra, but we'll just go with it. It's fine. It's fine. It's good. It's fine. Disillusioned the TV and hoped to bring it down. However, he tried to use his son to bring his quest. So he tried to make a mascot, disillusion him with the TV world.
You always were a kidder, Steve.
It's space. It's always been space. You get there in a gummy ship. It's fine. It's fine. It's how you travel between channels. I looked at the screen. There was extra bigger than life. Rez is holding me in his secret space station, she explained. You're going to have to go through a lot of different worlds to find this place. But Gexy, you're my only hope. Her image began to flicker and fade. Start in your secret cave, she cried. Then her image disappeared. Use the magic sword to slay the dragon. I quickly changed into my ultra-cool secret agent tux. It's Deja Ouch all over again, I shouted. Then I leaped into my giant TV screen, back to the media dimension. Chapter 3. Yeah, a little sippy there. Blood Hunter, I don't think you're wrong though. They said Rez has a space station, so you know. Look, guys, it's Deja Ouch all over again, okay? Is that a Yogi Berra reference? I don't know. Like, Gex references things that I'm too young to get. And it's like, what? Huh. No, Hax, he's not a cop, but he is working with the feds, so fuck him. Oh, okay. Gex in the hood. Oh my god. The previous trips from our world into the media dimension were like taking a ride on the world's biggest roller coaster, backward, hanging upside down by your toes, blindfolded, after eating about 4 pounds of flies. You know that feeling. I think that's something we can all relate to. In other words, they made me nauseous. Well, this trip was no different. Here I am to save the day! I sang out as I landed on my tail. That's an Underdog reference, which was 30 years outdated by the time this was written in 99. It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. It's fine. I looked around and saw that I was in the secret cave headquarters the government agents had set up for me in the media. They built it in the media dimension? Oh my god, you're right, Gex is a cop. Never mind. I just looked at the screen for the first time. Gex is a fucking cop. Look at him. Holy shit. Yeah, that's just a corpse. Okay. Gex serious lore analysis with Harriton Splimby. By the way, I've been watching that Ruby video from H-Bomb. And there's a song in the background when he's talking about Rooster Teeth where I'm like, oh, this song seems really familiar. Where do I know this song from? Ah! It's the town theme from Darkseed. And I'm like, who the fuck is using Darkseed's OST? Oh, I love this guy. This is good. Oh. I looked around and saw there. Okay, so they built a cave in the media dimension somehow, which I think all you have to do is to build something in the media dimension is to make a TV show about it. So, the first thing I realized was that my secret cave apparently was not so secret anymore. Someone had trashed my hideout. I'll give you 3 guesses who it was, and the first 2 don't count. The TV sets in the cave were smashed to bits. One huge cavern had collapsed from an explosion. My media dimension subscription to TV Guide had been allowed to expire, and my 6-month supply of dried flies had been stolen. It's funny, just treating them all the same. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Underdog, Mighty Mouse, same thing. Oh, shit. You're right. It's fine. It was Mushu Pork, the only other named character in this novel. Yeah, the only characters who have names are Gex, Rez, Mushu Pork, and Kstra. It's fine. Looked like old Rez had been busy, and I don't mean trying to patch things up with his long-lost son. On the ground, among the rubble of my hideout, I spied a remote control. I never thought it would still be working, but when I pushed the power button, a TV wedged up in the ceiling flashed on. It was the one set Rez hadn't destroyed, and it was obviously the way to the next world of the media dimension. I jumped straight up and vanished into the screen. Straight up. Was there a Game Boy game of Gex at some point? There was, yes. I believe Enter the Gecko got a Game Boy Color game. So yeah. Your father was long lost, Gex, not you. It's... Wait, what? Okay. Bam! Boom! Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba! Ba-da! I landed on the cold metal floor. It's in there. It says ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. I landed on the cold metal floor. Darkness surrounded me. All that I see. Outside, I could hear the sounds of exploding grenades and machine guns. I reached up and pushed my finger against the steel helmet resting on my head. "This helmet is gonna muss up my hair," I shouted, realizing no one could hear me, and I was just shouting this for the benefit of the non-existent audience that was watching me. It's just a joke, and he is not Gex's dad. They are very insistent about... Is the Gex Wiki written by the same person that's really obsessed with circumcision on the Silent Hill Wiki? I wonder. Gex known for his long, silky hair. Yep. Yep. Ching, ching, chink. I don't know. I hope none of those were slurs. The sounds of bullets bouncing off metal let me know where I was. I'm not repeating it. Can we fucking roll that back? Did we not talk about the Silent Hill circumcision guy? I'll talk about it later. I'll talk about it later. It's too much. It's too much. There's the short story is there's a guy on the Silent Hill Wiki that keeps editing articles to imply that the monsters or environments or characters or things are metaphors for the trauma of circumcision. Okay. Anyway. We're gonna play through Silent Hill at some point because I want to talk about that lore. I love the Silent Hill games. Anyway. How's the stream? Are you winning, bud? Oh, we're all losing, Plush. You know what's winning, though? This Bailey's I'm enjoying. Is good. Be hard for me. No, I'm done. I'm done. I'm actually done. Okay. Hang on. Okay, I think I missed something. I didn't have alcohol in the house. Well, where's the rubbing alcohol?
Please tell the whole story of circumcision.
That's the whole story, Colt. Have you heard the story of Circumcision the Wise? Ever drunk Bailey's from a shoe? No. Can't say that I have. Not yet. Heck. Blood Honor! Oh my goodness, thank you for them 5 gift subs. Holy heck. Little Log Horticulture Spaghetto, Devil Goaty, and Rabbit Games. Welcome to the Court of Hearts, Your Majesties. Heck. Oh my gosh. This is not going to get you out of hearing the rest of this, though. The sound of bullets bouncing off metal let me know where I was. Inside a tank.
An offering to honor Gex.
Wait a minute. Y'all are gonna love this. You're gonna love this part. Hang on. Inside a tank. Tank goodness. Hi, Glaze. Thank you for the squishy. Tank goodness. It's our first pun. It's good. I like that. If not for this rolling metal jacket, I'd have as many holes in me as the plot of Independence Day. It's a movie famous for its plot holes. Right? 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 It's fine. This music is appropriate. Anyway. Private Gex reporting for duty. I looked down at myself and saw that in addition to the helmet, I was outfitted in full army fatigues. Boring.
Spray buff poop nerd.
When they say olive drab, they do mean drab. I glanced at the high, tightly laced standard black boots. Do these boots come in red? I thought. It's one of my best colors. And they could they lace these things any tighter? Man, nothing like army clothes for total comfort. Actually, what this uniform needs is some accessories, a handbag, some shiny buttons, maybe a lovely bow. Why is Gex so horny? I'm really not sure where this is going. Gex the fucking fashion police. Yeah, thank you for the spritz, kitty. I appreciate it. A grenade explosion strapped me out of my fashion nightmare and brought me back to my dire situation. I have a feeling that this is just filling pages. They're like, oh, we can't make it 20 pages long. It's gotta fill up a whole book, right? Need some water. I'm good. I'm alright. I'm hanging in there. I'm fine. It's all good. Ian will be home soon. It's fine. Meat. I don't know if I can handle this right now.
I think Gex would prefer knee-high stilettos.
Wouldn't we all? I switched on the tank's view screen and assessed my position. I was on a huge battlefield. 3 enemy tanks approached from the left, 2 more from the right. Where's the gas pedal on this thing, I wondered, as I rumbled along the bumpy ground. And why is it that Bond gets all the fast cars, not me? An enemy plane dropped a bomb that landed only a few feet in front of me. Shrapnel and rocks bounced off the tank. I kept rumbling forward. On the other hand, I can see the advantage of this rolling tin can. Another bomb exploded nearby. Even louder than the first one. Note to self, don't get killed in a big loud war. I think these are words we can all live by, right? I feel like... I feel like we're getting life lessons from Gex. Remember, don't get killed in a big loud war, y'all. Please, actually. Then the thought hit me. I'm a resourceful gecko. I've made it through the bizarre worlds of the media dimension before. This World War II world isn't all that different from some of the other worlds I've encountered. Besides, I've watched enough old war movies to know the score. I had to do what any self-respecting gecko would do. Fight back. Gex's life. Yep. Only get killed in small, quiet wars. Is Gex about to fight Nazis? I don't know if he's cool enough. But I hope so.
I'm already immortal though. Wait and then pretend you didn't hear that puff of what?
We get to enjoy Kitty's presence for our entire lives? This is good news. This is only good news. I studied the tank's dashboard as the explosions continued all around me. The switches were labeled lock, load, target, and fire. I can do that. It's time to lock and load, little lizard. I pressed the load button and heard a shell slip into the tank's main gun. When I pressed lock, and gears started turning. A light above the fire button flashed. I pressed the target button and peered into the tank's sighting periscope. The nearest enemy tank was lined up in my crosshairs. It's tank time! I shouted as I fired around. Gex can read? He's got a TV Guide subscription, so I assume so. I don't know. I mean, his dad's an astronaut, so... BJ Gexquitz. This is going into too much detail. I don't care. I don't care about Gex's tank driving. I watched in glee as the shell exploded from my tank's main gun and blew up the enemy tank. I came, I saw, I kicked some World War II butt! Gex doesn't have the balls, the internal testicles, to call them Nazis. No, he's kicking World War II's butt. Return to Castle Tale time. Of course, as a famous space smuggler once said to a young Jedi to be, don't get cocky, kid. Does he know any movies besides Star Wars? Is Star Wars the only movie he quotes? I don't...
Gex doesn't care who he fights. Gex only wants blood.
Oh, God. I felt that was good advice. As I peered through the sighting mechanism, I saw the remaining 4 tanks form a line. We're in it for 4 more, boys. Girls and theys.
For all we know, Gex could be fighting the Allies.
It's true, though. But I just don't know for sure. The wall of enemy metal rolled toward me. I thought a small amount of retreating would be in order. The enemy tanks began closing in on me. I had the pedal to the metal, but they were still catching up. I flipped my sighting periscope to the rear and saw all 4 tanks aiming their main guns at me. It didn't take a rocket scientist, or even a tank scientist, to figure out what they were planning. They were going to unleash all 4 of their guns at once, explode into space. It's getting good though. No. I think X can bloom on the battlefield. No. 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 No, they cannot. Oh, I'd been lucky so far, but I knew this big bucket of oats was treading along. I was treading along and could only take so much. Gex. Gex never changes. Why is this so horny? I don't... Waiter, check please! I shouted as I flipped open the top of the tank. I believe this is my stop. Porter, could you get my luggage? I leaped out, just as all 4 enemy tanks fired. That was a close one. I'm on the edge of my seat over here. It's so tense. I stuck to a nearby tree. It was a thrilling war scene, though. Oh. I stuck to a nearby tree using my suction cup feet and watched as the 4 shells ripped into my tank, reducing it to a pile of scrap metal. Lights, camera, war, I thought. I realized that I, too, would have been pulverized into as many pieces as Saving Private Ryan had Oscar nominations if I had remained inside that tank. This is what passes for humor in the Gex world. This was written by a furry who didn't know what furries were, who would explain the horny. That makes sense. That would make sense. I dropped to the ground and was face to face with a huge enemy soldier, his immense shoulders narrowed down to a pencil-thin waist. He had a firmly set jaw that was as square as a brick, and his mean-looking eyes stared right at me. As if green were the only color in the world, his uniform and helmet were also the popular color for this fall's army fashion collection. Which means... Didn't the Nazis have gray uniforms? Oh, it's cartoon Mussolini! I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't know anything about military uniforms, I'm just saying. And now, presenting the award for the category of Best Performance by a hideously ugly soldier in a shooting role, I began, flashing the big guy a grin. I didn't catch your name, son. 10 Hut Soldier! Screamed the enemy. I'm called the Sarge, and you are now a prisoner of war! This is good. This is getting good. I've never been a prisoner of war before, I explained as I readied myself for battle. How does one dress? Are the black boots and green pants okay? I don't think the boots come in red, but I am checking into it. I feel like this is written like My Immortal, where Gex just keeps describing his outfits at the beginning of every chapter. Is this Sarge from Red and Blue? Maybe it's the soldier from Team Fortress. Unless it's a farm! Hey alien, how's it going? Then I swiped at the Sarge's feet with a roundhouse tail attack, knocking him to the ground. You'll thank me when you're older, I said as I dashed away. But where should I go from here? I had to find the TV that would take me to the next level if I was to make my way through the media dimension and rescue Agent extra from the evil res. I miss Army Men Sarge's heroes. Aww. Oh god. Kids in the hallway. I looked over my shoulder and saw that the Sarge was right on my tail. Well, not literally on my tail, but he was pretty darn close. That's it. I just know I'm gonna walk into something weird here. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. The 80-page novel just remind us what the plot is. Well, they think they're assuming you're taking breaks. Maybe. Maybe they think you're taking breaks. Speaking of breaks, I'm just gonna have a little more of this Bailey's. Just a little bit. That's good. Self-care. Thank you. I think we're almost halfway through, though. I need to speed this up a lot. Let me see. There's no escape, Gecko! He shouted. I'm the Sarge, and I give the orders in World War II world! Seems redundant. Hi, I'm Gex, and I'll be your waiter. No orders just yet, please. I called over my shoulder. Your table is still being cleared. You need a cigarette. You need to gather yourself. I'm down. Actually, we're almost done with this chapter. We got like 2 more pages, so let's finish this chapter and then we'll do that. Oh my god, is that a giant shark? Is that a giant mechanical shark? Is that the giant mechanical shark from fucking James and the Giant Peach? That looks cool. Anyway. That's when I turned around and ran right into the front of another of those pesky tanks. Everything went black. I woke up with a pounding in my head and the sound of a soft harmonica playing in my ears. Glancing around, I realized I was in a wooden barracks, filled with other prisoners. I peered out the window and saw enemy soldiers marching with guns. I also saw a barbed wire fence and tall guard towers, complete with big guards carrying large guns. A sign out front said, Auschwitz. No. I was in a prisoner of war. Okay. Never mind. It's just a prisoner camp in World War II world. It's fine. It's fine. Gex is fine. I'm gonna die. In the corner of the barracks, one prisoner was bouncing a rubber ball up against the wall over and over again. What time does Colonel Hogan get back? I asked. I have to send an important message to the front. Or is it to the side? Anyway, the message is as follows. Get me out of here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, it's really bad so far, though. The mournful, whining melody of the harmonica was coming from a scruffy soldier who sat on the dirty wooden floor of the barracks, leaning up against his bed. He stopped playing and asked, "Where you from, kid?" "Originally," I replied, "Hawaii, but I've moved around quite a bit. If you'd like the full story, I can give it to you, although I'd rather not stick around long enough to fill you in." I have some water this time. I think you're right, this does look like Bob-omb Battlefield. Yep, he replied, then went back to his harmonica. And the Grammy for Best Harmonica Solo by a Prisoner of War in a black and white World War II movie goes to...
The Great Escape.
Oh, me too, Coldfire. That's actually a good movie. Ugh. Is every fucking thing that comes out of Gex's mouth like a snarky comeback or like a reference? I mean, I know that's accurate to the games, but like, oh my god. I was interrupted by the sound of the barracks door slamming open. The Sarge barreled up. "Alright, listen up, prisoners!" he bellowed. "There has never been a successful escape from Stalag 52, and I trust there won't be any foolish attempts now. Got that, Gecko?" How did we know the Sarge was wearing green? The book... Never mind. I don't know. I don't know. So who's playing today? Oh, this is a long play, courtesy of Long Play Archive on YouTube. There's a Hogan's Heroes reference, so that's cool. Okay. Are you talking to me? I asked. You talking to me? 'Cause I don't see anyone else here. Except, of course, for him, and him, and him, and... "Stow it, Gecko!" the Sarge boomed. "I just better find all of you right here when we call roll for dinner!"
Maybe they will reference MASH.
Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Nothing I like better than a nice dinner roll, I said as the Sarge slammed the door shut. Unless it's escaping from a POW camp. Who's with me on this? Ball Bouncer continued to toss his ball against the wall while Harmonica Boy kept on wailing. Everyone else turned back to their comic books, magazines, or letters from home. This looked as if it would be a one-gecko operation. I scurried into a dark corner, pulled up a few wooden floorboards, and began digging in the dirt below. While my fellow prisoners saw how quickly I was making progress, they suddenly showed interest. Soon they were helping me hide the... Soon they were helping me hide the dirt from my dug tunnel under their beds, in their foot lockers, and in tiny piles around the barracks. That night, we would make our break. I don't know. After a lovely dinner of cold potatoes and warm water, and no dinner rolls as promised, I led the others as we slipped into the tunnel. I emerged from the other end of the tunnel into the darkness just beyond the barbed wire fence. I was at the edge of a woods. Suddenly, spotlights sliced through the night. They were all pointing at me. "Hello, POW camp! Thank you for coming to the show tonight. For my first number, I'd like to play a little tune called Escape, and it goes a little something like this. Blim." I bolted from the tunnel as the guards opened fire. My fellow prisoners followed me into the woods. Some made it. Others didn't. They're getting fucking murdered in Gex. Blim. Gex just climbed the fence. He's a gecko. I lashed my tongue up to the top branch of a tall tree, wrapped it around, then pulled myself to safety, just as a barrage of bullets smashed into the base of the tree. The tree started to fall up, with me on top. That's when I noticed the glowing blue TV screen on a high branch of the next tree. Sorry guys, this movie is over! I leaped into the screen just before my tree crashed to the ground. Presumably everyone else fucking died. Chapter 4. Alright, let's take a short break. Smoke if you got 'em. I love y'all. Thank you for sticking around for this. Okay, see you in a little bit. Yeah. Huh? I'm here. It's fine. Alright. We're good. Help low? Okay. No, I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm drinking some water. Hi, Ellie! I put the alcohol away. Because I was like, you know, it's good. Do some sippy. No, I'm not drunk.
Fun drink some waters fine sip buff pup cry.
So I'll have some. When you say novel, you don't mean this is a published book, right? I'm afraid it is. I'm afraid it is. Oh, I'm okay. I'm actually like, I'm okay. I only had a couple sips of Bailey's. It's fine. I'm not even tipsy.
Well, this stream sure is a page turner.
Ah! I get it. Oh, man. Okay. We're on chapter 4. I found myself at the wheel of a 1930s gangster-type sedan, driving down a crowded big city street. I had traded my army fatigues for a navy blue, double-breasted pinstriped suit, shiny black leather shoes, a black shirt, a white tie, and a white, wide-brimmed hat, which was cocked slightly to the side. A toothpick dangled from my mouth. Just call me Gangster Gex, he says. Okay. This cannot continue. This cannot continue. Become as Gex. Become as Gex. Seated to my right was my favorite girl. Her bright red lips shone like two Twizzlers in the midday sun as she chewed her gum. Her platinum blonde hair, the color of which had been sitting in a bottle not more than an hour ago, gleamed and curled. She wore a long, slinky dress covered in sequins and a feather boa around her neck. I don't. I can't. And I don't. He's trying to do, like, a Maltese Falcon, like, narration, and it's not working. Where we going, Gexy? She asked in a high, squeaky voice that made fingernails on a chalkboard sound soothing. I'm sorry, I guess I read that wrong. Where we going, Gexy? Yes. Wow, that hurts. Don't do that. Hey, forget about it, doll face. I told her, keeping one hand on the wheel and adjusting the angle of my hat with the other. I got a meeting with Lenny Mobster. We gotta discuss driving up the Northern Territory between my mob and his. Right now, he's got 75%. I'd like to change that split. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to find him a pair of concrete shoes to wear. You know what I mean, dollface? No, Miss Piggy. Aw, Gexy, honey, I want to come with you, she whined. Sorry, dollface, I said as I pulled my big sedan over to the curb. Business first, fun later. I got out of the car, walked around to the passenger side, and opened up her door. Screech! Rat-a-tat-a-tat-a-tat-a. Page 34 now. How does he know this? How does he know any of this? He's just making shit up! He's just making it up! A corn dinner coal fire. Oh shit, a wild rat-a-tat. Gex's Rattata is not like other Rattatas. It's in like the top 10% of Rattatas. Tires squealed as a black sedan whipped around the corner. 2 mugs hung from the windows, firing their guns in my general direction. Or direction. I mean, like, it's fine. It's fine. It's not too general, but like, specific direction? I don't know. Run, dollface! I yelled. She ran. I quickly ducked behind the car, expecting my attackers to return. Gexpecting them to return. Sure enough, Lenny Mobster's mugs came tearing down the street. Machine gun bullets ripped the finish off my beautiful sedan. Not to mention the chrome in the windshield. I just got her waxed, too. Still, my gleaming hunk of Detroit metal was all that stood between me and my one-way ticket to that big speakeasy in the sky. 2 mugs of tea with guns. It's good. It's good. I glanced at the car coming down the street. Vicious Vito was behind the wheel. We have another named character! Lenny Mobster and Vicious Vito. This is not my beautiful office. Beautiful dollface. This is not my beautiful sedan. I glanced at the car coming down the street. Vicious Vito was behind the wheel. Perfect. I never liked him anyway. I lined the car up carefully with my eyes as it made its way toward me. I've got them in my sights now, Miss Moneypenny. I muttered to no one in particular in the same voice that I did, I assume. I can only assume. Has he been on fire in the novel yet? Sadly, no. Not yet. It's a shame. I muttered to no one in particular. Then I shot a gelatinous tongue lash. Toward the speeding car. My slippery green slime covered the street. The car hit the slime and skidded out of control, crashing right in front of Vinny the Face's betting parlor. Beautiful. It's got like 4 hyphens in it. It's good. Perhaps the novel should be on fire, for immersion. It's a meta commentary. And that's when one of Lenny's goons whacked me on the noggin with the butt of his revolver. Little Tweety birds flew around in a circle above my aching head. I taught a mobster goon, I said. I did. Then I slumped to the ground. That's a good reference. That's good. Hey, Rabbit Games, what's up? Gotta get fast. I started to come out of it Sorry, let me read that again. I started to come out of it slowly, but instantly wished I was still unconscious. Waiter, a new head, please, I mumbled. The mob is carrying a car. Pain shot from my forehead down the back of my neck, then did a little tap dance across my skull. Both sides of my head felt like temples of doom, but Dr. Jones was nowhere in sight. What the fuck does that mean? It was more of a for your own safety, you may only borrow this book for 1 hour. It's starting to seem that way. It was for our own benefit. Throw me the idol, I'll throw you the whip. That's in the book. Why is this in the book? Why did he say this in the book? I heard a dull rumbling. At first, I thought it was a track from the latest Spice Girls album. A timely reference, if ever there was one. But then I knew it couldn't be. It had a much better melody. Spicy Girls. It's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Now we're doing Star Wars quotes, see? We're becoming more Gex-like. This really is a experience. My Gex, my back. Lick my toes with gelatinous tongue lag. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Then it struck me. Ow! Bad choice of words. It literally struck me. Okay. I realized I couldn't see. I'm blind! I screamed. My shout was muffled, as if I was in a tiny enclosed area. I tried to sit up and whack! Slammed my head into something hard. Pain factor 8, Mr. Sulu. Engage! Gex is fucking intolerable, and I hate him! I felt around the darkness and touched something round and rubbery. A tire, I thought. Next to the tire was a long metal pipe. Ah, tire jack! That's when it hit me. Ooh. Again, bad choice of words. My skull, she's gonna blow, Captain, and we're all out of dilithium headache pills. I love my
This
anger,
book
Gex.
is so Gexual.
It's very Gexual. They're very intolerable characters that are way more tolerable to deal with in this novel's version of Gex. I finally figured out that I was in the trunk of a moving car. That explained the dull rumbling. I was on my way to a face-to-face confrontation with Lenny Mobster, no doubt. So it looked as if our little meeting was going to take place after all. I've got to talk to him about his invitations, though. A little card in the mail would have been just fine. Look at that, I accidentally spilled all my alcohol in the book, and oh no, I accidentally lit a match and stomped the book and I'm setting the whole thing in place. Oh no! Looks like you can't read it now, what a shame! Nobody expected Gex sex. I sure didn't. Today, on Gexy Stewart's Living, Gex gets taken in for insider trading. How to make your own invitations out of that clear wrapper that comes on slices of American cheese. It's the good thing. The car came to an abrupt stop, slamming my already throbbing head into the spare tire. It's the new improved Gex, now with super brain-splitting headache action. Whoop, 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 whoop. I'm imagining that's how it's nice punctuating these with. The trunk popped open and daylight flooded the compartment, blinding me for a second. When my eyes refocused, I wish they hadn't. I was staring up into the ugly mugs of Frankie the Fish and Lefty Louie. These are the most named characters we've had in the entire book so far. 130%? Yeah, something about that. That's about right. I'm no math scientist, but that sounds accurate. Is that Gex position? Yes. And after this, you need to donate the book to Goodwill. The price tag on the front of this book, I will admit, says $2.50 or 6 for 10. So, at one point, apparently, you could buy 6 Gex novels for $10, and that's just bargain. Perfect. It's got an ISBN number. You know what that means? This is in the Library of Congress. The government owns a copy of the Gex novel. I just want y'all to know that. I just want y'all to know that if you go to the Library of Congress There's a copy of the Gex novel. I'm sure in a bathroom somewhere, right? With some of the pages torn out. What a shame. Fishy, Lefty, I mumbled. Long time no see. Not long enough, though. Well, just be going now. I climbed from the trunk. I'm late. They've asked me to present the Mobster of the Year award down at the 54th Precinct, and you know how those coppas ain't to be kept waiting. I need to leave. Okay, Meat. Have a good night. Thank you for being around. It's been great. It's been good. I don't blame you. You ain't going nowhere, Gecko, growled Lefty. Except where we're taking yous. To see Lenny Mobster. Yes, that's... I think we established that's what was happening. Lenny, what a surprise! I cried with my best fake enthusiasm. And I thought this was just a reunion of our license plate shop group from Alcatraz. Silly me. Dead you if you don't shut up, Frankie the Fish said. And then he killed Gex. The end. I wish. It's like, this is gonna be like Clue. It's like, no, that's not how it happened. Let's go. Lenny's waiting. Could we be so lucky? Each mug took one of my arms and dragged me into a nearby alley. I recognized the place. It was smack in the middle of Lenny's territory. Which I recognized for some reason. It's fine. It's good. It's good. It's... We maneuvered our way through the twisting concrete maze until we came to a heavy steel door at the back of the building. Lefty knocked hard, 3 times. A small eye-level slot in the door slid open. 15 dead guys walk into a nightclub, Lefty said. The coppers arrested your uncle on Tuesday, replied the hairy-knuckled gorilla on the other side of the door. Good secret code, I commented. Shut up, said Frankie, and the door swung open. Frankie and Lefty led me downstairs. They opened the door to a small office, then showed me into a chair. Lenny Mobster was staring down at me. Lenny, I began. A phone call would have been just fine. In fact, I was on my way to see you when your bulldogs here gave me an entirely unnecessary lift. Frankie the Fish and Lefty Louie both glared at me. Good doggies, I said. And such shiny coats! What do you feed them, Lenny? Lenny ignored my sparkling repartee. It's... Gexel. I brung you here to discuss a change in our territories, he explained. Lenny, old pal, you're a regular mind reader, I said. That's exactly what I wanted to see you about. I think the 75-25 split is for the birds. I couldn't agree more, pal, Lenny replied. I'm proposing a new arrangement. You give me all of your territory, or you stop breeding. Permanently. I swear I said breathing? I did not mispronounce that on purpose. It's fine. It's... okay. Now, I was quite fond of breathing.
Does that mean Gex has his own mafia family?
Yes. The character's name was Freddy the Fish. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. No! No, stop him. Stop! No bully! No. I'm gonna keep breathing. No! Now, I was quite fond of breathing. It ranked right up there with eating flies and watching TV. Well, Lenny urged, what's your answer? Do I have to answer in the form of a question, I asked? I'll take tail time for 400, Alex. Why? Why does Gex not just go, yeah, okay, you can have it, and then leave and go find a television to jump into? Like, this entire conflict is being orchestrated inside a television channel that's not real, and that Gex is not a part of. It's all imaginary. Fuck it. I leaped to my feet. And smashed Lenny's desk into a pile of toothpicks with my roundhouse tail attack. Lenny and his goons were stunned for a moment, but they recovered quickly and opened fire. I rolled out of the way, ending up in a corner. From there, I scurried up a wall and across the ceiling. Say goodbye, Gecko, Lenny hissed. And what do you think Gex says in response? Because it's gotta be like a clever comeback, right? Clearly, he has to have a clever comeback to say goodbye, Gecko. Quote. Goodbye, Gecko! Okay, now what? I asked. How about this? I said, before Lenny could answer. I let loose with a gelatinous tongue lash. Green slime shot in all directions. Please no. Casting call for The Exorcist, Part 12, right this way! Didn't The Exorcist only have 2 movies? What the fuck kinda... Gex is a mess. It's fine. Gex in reality, a tragedy about a trust fund kid who locked himself up and ended up all alone to escape the world of TV where his life would matter. It's all happening in his head, I think. Yeah. No, Inataka, don't think. Stop thinking. Stop. Stop wondering. There were 3 Exorcists? Really? I don't know if I've ever seen the 3rd one. I saw the first 2. The 2nd one's terrible. It's got Pazuzu, which is fun. The 3 goons were covered in the sticky, slimy green goo. Okay, listen. I'm not making this horny.
There are 5 movies.
What?
Eugene's.
There's 5? Yep, Ariane, I'm still at it. For a little while. I think I might have to cheat this a little bit. We'll see how this goes. Okay? Alright. ATD117, thank you so much for that follow, my fur and whiskers. Oh jeez, 5 Exorcists? Oh, 2 prequels, got it. Okay. Cheat harder. Working on it. The 3 goons were covered in the sticky, slimy green goo. Their guns wouldn't fire and their feet were stuck to the floor. I took advantage of the moment when their feet were stuck to the floor. Scampering across the ceiling and down another wall. Then I kicked open a door on the far side of the room. Stop it. Stepping through the door, I spotted a giant TV screen. As this was the 1930s and TV didn't exist yet, I knew this had to be my ticket out of gangster world. Too bad, Lenny! I called back into the office as the mobster struggled with the green goo. This could have been the beginning of a beautiful friendship. Then I jumped into the TV screen and disappeared to safety. Okay. So here's the thing. I have a feeling that most of these chapters... Welcome on in, Sage. How's it going? Did you just say TV didn't exist in the 1930s? Yes, he did. Okay. Okay.
The Exorcist 2, The Heretic, The Exorcist 3, Exorcist, The Beginning, and Dominion, prequel to The Exorcist.
Oh jeez. Which is perplexing? No, it's pergexing. It's fine. It's all good. It's good. Why does it keep getting worse? I don't know, Bianca! I don't know! It's just so bad. Okay. I'm gonna skip this chapter because a lot of these chapters are just Gex goes to a world, faces off against a conflict, leaves that world, right? Like, they're just different channels. This next one appears to be a ripoff of Gladiator. So I'm just gonna skip it, although there is, like, let me see. I was in Gladiator Gex in Roman World, the next level on my way to finding Gex and Agent Extra. Do not skippy? You can't miss Gladiator World? Oh, fine. I'm just trying to get to the end of this book so that I can stop at some point tonight. But okay, we can power through this. We're powering through. Okay. The sound of thundering hooves was deafening, and the crowd in the stands was a blur. Yet one thing was for sure, I was moving, and fast. I looked around and saw that I was standing in a narrow chariot, bouncing along on large wooden wheels. In my hands, I tightly gripped the reins of my team of horses. On my head sat a metal helmet with wings, like the god Mercury's, extending off each side. Leather armor covered my chest, and a skirt, a lovely pleated number, hung from my waist. "I am a manly man!" I shouted to the guys in the chariots on either side of me. Okay. They laughed and raced ahead, leaving me in the dust. I was Gladiator Gex in Roman World, the next level on my way to finding Rez and Agent Extra. "Hey guys, where are you going?" I shouted after the other Roman soldiers in the chariot race. "I am Gexicus, hero of Rome. Now eat my dust." Wow, that sounds insecure. "I am a man!" I was also thinking of Linkar when I said that. It's good. I urged my team of horses on. Somehow I sensed that winning this race would bring me one step closer to finding the next level and locating Rex. Somehow. They don't need to explain it, it's fine. It's all good. It's all good. Can I get a solid F for the poor characters that ended up being Gex's general vicinity? They all die! Okay. As I caught up to the chariot in front of me and pulled alongside it, I started waving frantically, pointing at the other driver. "Excuse me, great Roman warrior type guy," I shouted, "but your shoelace is untied." "I beg your pardon," he replied. "What is a shoelace?" I looked down at his feet and saw that he was wearing sandals. Shoelaces wouldn't be invented for 1,000 more years. "Pardon me, O great soldier and chariot racer supreme," I called back. "What I meant was that your sandal is untied." Fourth wall broken. I'm not surprised. "Oh dear," he said, looking with great concern at his feet. "That's different." And that's when I made my move. I leaped from my chariot to his, landing firmly with my suction cup feet. How many times do they have to keep telling us his feet are fucking suction cups? He's a Gextorian. It's fine. Chariot Boy was still staring at his sandals, trying to figure out what untied meant. When I whacked him with my roundhouse tail attack. "My tail says hello," I shouted as he flew from the chariot. "And I say goodbye." This is unsporting. As I jumped back into my chariot, I saw him roll to a stop. One down, I thought. If they're all this dumb, I should be fine. Drink every time Gex sploos gelatinous slime all over someone? Do not drink that! Do not drink the gelatinous slime. It's a bad time. Please don't. One by one, I gained on the other chariot racers. I passed Goofus Moranus, then Biggest Noses, and finally I pulled up next to the leader, Ugliest Maximus. It's funny because they're Roman jokes. This is good. Gotta go to sleep when night. Oh, have a good one, Olgrad. Thank you for hanging out. I'm good. Gladiator's not really known for the chariot racing. Nah. It's kind of a different sport. What, no Biggest Dickus or Gluteus Maximus? No! Not even. Also, try pronouncing popsicles like a Greek name. It got me going the other day. I was like, oh my god. Popsicles? Oh, it's good. What's so funny about Biggest Dickus? Wasby has a wife, you know. Her name is Incontinentia Buttocks. You cannot pass me, young upstart, Ugliest Maximus shouted. He urged his horses on. I kept pace, stride for stride. He laughed so hard I dropped my sword, apparently. Oh god, we're still going. We're still going. They won't let me skip it. Popsicles. Urged his horses on. I kept pace, stride for stride. Hey, Ugliest, I called. Is that your head, or have you grown a big repulsive pimple on your shoulders? The lug got so enraged that he lost control of his chariot. I zipped past him, shouting, "Will the last one to leave the Colosseum please turn out the lights?" Which is a comeback that makes sense. It's fine. It's fine. We're all fine. I crossed the finish line to the rousing cheers of the Roman crowd. Then I vaulted from my chariot and trotted around in a victory lap for my adoring fans. Thank you very much, I said. I waved at my audience as they continued to cheer. They sure are excited about a little old race, I thought. Come on, stop, please. I don't deserve this. Well, actually, I do. My trot around the Colosseum ended right in front of Caesar. Oh.
I'm back. Has Gex gotten horny and killed more people yet?
I don't know how much more of this I can take. My trot around the Colosseum ended right in front of Caesar's viewing stand. The Emperor of Rome, Julius Caesar, stepped down to shake my hand. Then he raised my arm up over my head in a victory sign.
Death before dishonor, buns.
Careful, I warned him as my arm shot up into the air. Deodorant hasn't been invented yet. Gex is a musky husky. This didn't seem to faze him. The winner and new greatest champion of Rome, Caesar announced. Gexicus! What page are we on? 43. Only halfway done. Yeah, we're not finishing this tonight. I'm not finishing this tonight. Turns out. Whoa, we're halfway there. The crowd went wild again. I was beginning to get bored. Same. So, Caesar, I'll take a salad, hold the anchovies. Just kidding. But seriously, Julie, baby. I said to the ruler of all of Rome, what does a hero get around here for winning this race and becoming the greatest champion of Rome? You, Gexicus, get the honor of fighting and defeating the Cyclops who has been terrorizing our citizens. Caesar replied, Great! I'll grab my stuff. Great, I said. So my prize for winning is... What? I shrieked as I realized what he had just said. Now let me get this straight. I win so I get to fight the Cyclops? Of course, replied Caesar. Only our greatest champion can defeat a terrible creature. He eats people, you know. Geckos, too. That happens. So if I had lost that race, I wouldn't have to fight him, right? I asked. That is correct, Caesar said. Do over, I cried. Foul! 2 free throws. Can we run this race again? Let's frame something, Caesar. Hey, can we kill Gex? Can you get rid of Gex? Of course not, Caesar said. Now go and defeat the Cyclops or I will feed you to the lions. Kidding. I marched slowly from the Colosseum, trying to think my way out of this. But once again, defeating an enemy and moving on to the next world appeared to be the only way to rescue Agent Xtra. When I reached the edge of town, the Cyclops was waiting. Hey, you! I shouted up to the gruesome beast before me. You! Tall, bald, and one-eyed. I'm walking here, okay? The 12-foot-tall Cyclops roared in disapproval. I'm sorry, auditions for the MGM Lion closed about 60 years ago. Even he knows how dated his references are. Doing us a favor. I replied, forgetting that this was a couple thousand years before movies were even invented. The Cyclops picked up a... That's the joke. See, it's a joke because they haven't been invented yet. It's the same joke we've been doing every chapter so far. It's fine. It's fine, it's good. The Cyclops picked up a boulder the size of a small car and heaved it toward me. It's tail time, I cried as I stepped to the side and drew my tail back, only to be crushed underneath the weight of the massive boulder. And that's it. The other 36 pages are blank, actually. Wow. So, the end. What? Wow. What a coincidence. That's so weird. Well, we'll just have to leave it on that thrilling...
Death before dishonor.
No! I choose death! You know what? Maybe we'll pick this up next month. Maybe we'll do another sub-goal. And next month, we'll pick up...
That's amazing news. No more Gex.
And maybe we'll read some more. Maybe we'll find some more Gex to read somewhere. And you'll be fine. Wow, what a great story,
More
Mark.
Gex.
No! Not right now. Wait, isn't the Cyclops from Greek mythology? What are they doing in ancient Rome? Gex doesn't know better. Gex doesn't know better. Huh, the next sub goal is 10 times the previous one. Interesting. We'll get a Gextra stream. Yeah, I think we need to make a speedy Gegxit from
Salamander.
this book.
Buff poop gun, buff poop nerd. I got rid of him, you all.
Oh heck, 100. Rykon Dragon? Let me take a look. Let's go check them out. Stream made me lose 3 years of my life. I'm so sorry. It's been a time. Good, bad. Such words lose all meaning in the face of Gex. Blanca, hello! We were actually just about...
This piece no longer.
There we go. To do a raid. Oh, nice. 5D chess? Cool.
Tell us when you return to this. I'm working on Gex theories.
Will do. No worry. Nobody is winning. No, that sounds like a fun raid. Let me make sure I spelled this correctly. Rykon Durgan. Yeah, okay. Blue Dragon, obsessed with Puyo Puyo and other puzzle strategy games. Well, that sounds like a delight. Alright, y'all be your regular, delightful selves. Please do, copy-paste our raid message in chat just to show them some love. Y'all are a heckin' delight, and this has been a lot of fun, and also makes my brain hurt a lot. So, we'll be back on Thursday where we'll be finishing up Ghost Trick, I hope. And then Friday I'm either taking the day off or it's going to be overflow. If we don't finish Ghost Trick on Thursday, we'll do it on Friday. But y'all have just the best night, okay? Need a break? Yeah, no worries. Understood. Blunderstood. But I'll see y'all later this week, and thanks again for hanging out. Good night.